If we had, yes, donate to the school, $ FDMG school on your Cash App. 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 If you need to mail in your donation, make it payable to the FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634. P.O. Box 9634. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. That is Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. We appreciate $1, but we would rather have 10. We appreciate $20, but we would rather have 50. We appreciate $50, but we would rather have 100. We appreciate $100, but we would rather have 200. We're trying to renovate a school, brothers and sisters. We're trying to renovate a school. We're not fixing a flat tire. We're not fixing a flat tire. We're not opening up a penny candy shop. We're not selling water ices, okay? We're not selling hot dogs. We're renovating a school. Do you understand? Do you understand? So please, brothers and sisters, give what you can. We're building an institution, okay? We're trying to give our children a chance that we didn't have. That's what we're doing. I don't have to pin it because I done already told you what it is. Don't be lazy. $ FDMG school. Don't be lazy. $ FDMG school. Before I continue with my message, thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
All right, everyone, thanks so much for tuning on in. Welcome to another live stream. We got quite a bit to get into. I want to thank everyone in Cookie Crush chat. Let's get into it. Cookie Crush chat's undefeated. Let's go.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming.
Hold on. Yeah. Nah, I got this. I got this.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's 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 coming. Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
Excuse me. Y'all funny. All right, welcome everyone. Let's get right into it. Welcome everyone. Thanks so much for tuning on in. I hope you guys are enjoying your day today. We're going to get into Umar Johnson and him taking more shots at Kamala Harris. And then also Steve Harvey has jumped into the fray. I want to tell people something though to start, that Umar lied when he said that Kamala Harris offered him $10,000 to speak with her. For what? Everything with this guy starts with a lie. And you Umar Johnson followers, the sooner you recognize this, the better. He always starts with the lie and then he turns it into something. Remember what the whole thing where he was talking about Eminem can't be the greatest, but that wasn't even what people were saying. They said that he's one of the greatest, which I agree with. But Umar turns it around and he makes it into something totally different. He says he can't be the greatest because he's white. It starts with the lie. No one ever said that. You guys go on and go back and look at that that segment from that podcast, the Joe Budden podcast. Go and look at it. Umar does this, but he's a manipulator. He manipulates phrases. He'll manipulate sayings. He'll manipulate what someone else says to make it fit a narrative that he wants to bring about. And it starts with a lie. Well, the same thing with this idea that Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris people sent him a message somehow. For what? Listen, this guy is homeless. Why would someone who's running for president be sending $10,000, $5,000, $2 to a homeless guy to talk with him named Umar Johnson. Everything with this guy starts off with the lie. FDMG started off with the lie. St. Paul started off with the lie. The NIBPA started off with the lie. The HVAC started off with the lie. The Blueprints saga started off with the lie. Everything with this guy starts off with the lie. He's a habitual liar. People understand. And now all these people on the internet running with this false narrative that the Democratic Party or that Kamala Harris reached out to Umar. Why would they do that? Why would they reach out to this guy who literally is homeless and is laying in bed thirsty and lustful, rub it on his belly? We covered that yesterday. But he creates these narratives. He's very crafty in this way. And you Umar Johnson followers, you eat it up. For the life of me, I don't get it. If Umar says anything, you always ask for proof. Did he provide any proof that Kamala Harris or her crew reached out to him? No. Why? Because they didn't reach out to him. But here we go with the false narratives, and all these people jump on board. This is what you call manipulation. And Umar is crafty in this way. Why would anyone want to pay Umar Johnson $10,000 who's running for, and they're running for president out of all people? Umar? Let me say something too before we get into this. I'm not into politics. I have been studying a bit as of late. Okay, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. There's an online test you can take where you can get a better idea of where you fit on the spectrum. Left, right, right. A Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative. There's some things that I agree with from the Republican side. There's certain things I agree with from the Democrats, but I just don't play the game. I would be interested in doing a live where I take the test and then we find out. That way, some of y'all won't start dislike my unsubscribes. My point is, to me, it's not a pressing issue. Is it something I did register to vote? I got my voter ID. I got that sitting right over here. Okay, I haven't decided on who I'm going to vote for quite yet. I still need to see policies clearly outlined, etc. We got some time to go. But understand that no person who is running for any political office who is in their right mind is going to reach out to Umar, because Umar is a race baiter. He's a racist. He's a misogynist. He's a sexist. He's homeless. He's unemployed. He's a scammer. He's a habitual liar. But he creates these false narratives and people run with them. One of the false narratives we're going to get into today is dealing with Kamala Harris and Steve Harvey. Okay. All right. By the way, I did have someone send me something we were discussing yesterday. Let me see. Did I download this? Okay, I did download both of them. Okay, but I still need to update this. But before I do that, let me, I'll save this for another live stream. That's what I'll do. And then one of the things I do have to pull up is the video of Umar at the movie theater. But we'll get into that a little bit later on. Okay. All right. Black Anonymous. I hate that Steve Harvey responded to Umar. Responding to Umar gives him air. But that's what Umar does, though. See, he wants people to respond because he wants attention. Umar is a social media influencer, so attention is everything for him. And it's not like he's building a school. It's not like he's actually doing anything in any community. He's a homeless vagabond. He travels from place to place, living out of hotel motels. That's why if people really look closely with Umar these days, he's always inside of a hotel motel, laying down, live streaming. He rents cars. He doesn't have his own vehicle, doesn't have his own home. You Umar Johnson followers, you have to wake up at some point. And one other thing I want to get to before we get into the video is that I still get these messages from the Umar Johnson followers, and I'm not here to disrespect any of y'all. Some of the stuff you guys say are completely inappropriate, but on an intellectual level, it's ridiculous. I have to say that I respect intelligence. I have a high level of respect, and I also have a high level of respect for people who have good leadership skills. I consider myself to have some leadership skills, but people who have really good leadership skills, I respect that highly. If you don't, I just whatever. Okay. But one of the things that you guys tend to say, and there's a list. I put together a list years ago of the common statements, and you guys, Umar Johnson followers, you all say the same thing. There's nothing extraordinary about what you say, because it's stuff that Umar has said over and over again, and he repeated it so many times that you repeat it yourself without any critical thought. And that is what you say to individuals who criticize Umar. Keyword criticize. Keyword criticize. Now, there's legitimate criticism and there's illegitimate criticism. Okay, illegitimate criticism can sometimes teeter on the verge of lying. Okay, I don't do that with Umar. I always provide receipts. Now, there's also criticism which is due to Umar, especially given the fact that he's collected money now for over a decade for a school that does not exist. $2.6 million, and not one black boy has been educated yet. In fact, it's the 1-year anniversary a couple of days ago of Umar announcing that renovations were complete up there in Trap Banners in Wilmington, Delaware, and he's scheduling another paint day. It's nowhere near. A year later, it's nowhere near. So what am I getting? And well, he lied. Everything starts with a lie with this guy. And a lot of the things that he says about people who criticize him is a lie too. And you Umar Johnson followers, you repeat that verbatim without critical thought. I don't respect that, because it's not in order to have critical thought, you have to have a level of intelligence. And if you just parrot what your Jim Jones savior figure has told you, there's nothing intelligent about that. That's what you call mind control. And there's 10 things that you guys mainly say over and over again. Where's your school? Why are you trying to tear another black man down? Okay, there we go with the criticism. Remember that? We're going to come back to that. You guys know inside the chat room, you guys can point them out, because we've dealt with them. We've done shows on it. At some point, we'll do another show when we go through the top 10. He doesn't have enough money. He's raised over $2.6 million. That's more than enough money to get something started. Well, let's go to that one, though. Always trying to tear a black man down. You guys say that over and over and over again, not realizing that the primitive person online who criticizes black people the most is Umar Johnson. Think about it. That's all he does. That's all he do is criticize black people. The next time you guys see a Umar Johnson video, or watch 3 of them, and then just write down how many black people does he criticize. That's all he does. That's what he's known for. And somehow he gets a pass. But when people have legitimate criticism about him, you Umar Johnson followers, you ready to jump out the window. I have a list of some of the people, and he mainly targets successful black men. And one of the reasons why is because he's unsuccessful in life. He's a loser. And he doesn't even care to do better. You guys realize he was living inside his mama's closet, but he can't live there anymore because it's state regulated. The living space is state regulated. He wasn't supposed to be there anyway. So he's always taking shots at other black people, and particularly successful black men. And part of it is because he himself is jealous of these individuals, and he wants the power and the fame that they have and the money that they have. The preeminent person who criticizes black people online the most is Umar Johnson. I even have a list. I have a list of some of the individuals inside the chat room. If you guys will just go ahead and type some names in there. Yeah, I have a list. At some point, we'll do a show. Maybe we'll do, black people that Umar Johnson has criticized. We'll do that list, and we'll also do the top 10 excuses made by Umar Johnson followers, which is really the excuses that Umar Johnson has given you all, and you repeat them verbatim. I'll throw some names up right real quick. Dr. Dyson, Jesse Jackson, Harry Belafonte, Lee Daniels, P. Diddy, DJ Envy, Stedman, Shannon Sharp, Kendrick Perkins, Stephen A. Smith. I've criticized Stephen A. Smith. He deserves it. Charles, but it's one thing to criticize. It's nothing just to attack people, just ad hominem. And that's what Umar Johnson does. When he talks about Snow Bunny and these guys are Snow Bunny crisis, that's ad hominem. Charles Barkley, Byron Allen, Young Farrell, the list goes on and on. Yeah, Charles Barkley, Tyler Perry, but he hates Barack Obama with the seething passion because Umar wants to be the president of Black America. Did you guys know that? He wants to be the president. And I can pull up the receipts to show it. Maybe we need to get into that during this live stream. I wasn't planning on it, but I can pull up the receipts for that. Charles Barkley. Yeah, I know. I remember that. Cornel West, Don Lemon, President Barack Obama, Jay-Z, Tyler Perry, Boyce Watkins, Q Butter, Lord Jamar's father-in-law, Mukasa Africa, Dr. Clay, Ben Crump, Martin Luther King, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Tariq Nasheed, Jalen Rose, Roland Martin, LeBron James. The list goes on and on and on. We can put together, yeah, O.J. Simpson, Bronny James. He's even attacked people's kids. Listen carefully, King Randall. Yeah, he scammed King Randall out of over $3,000. This is Umar Johnson's track record. There's women too, Oprah, Kamala Harris. Now he's really on the bench to discredit her, what have you. Again, I'm not Democrat or Republican, okay, but that's besides the point. The point is that the person who criticizes black people the most, whether you think Kamala Harris is black or not, I really don't give a shit, to be honest with you. I don't even think it should be part of the discussion. Politicians, they play roles in order to get reelected. I remember when Bill Clinton, he got on the Arsenio Hall show with some glasses on, some shades on, playing the tenor saxophone, playing blues. I was like, yeah, I'm bad. That's what they do. So I really don't give a shit. It shouldn't be part of the discussion. Okay, I wouldn't vote for someone because of their race. I just wouldn't do it. Quote unquote race. Okay, race is a social construct, not a scientific fact, but we'll play the game. I don't remember him going after Sammy Davis Jr. What, did he really? Yeah, Michelle Obama. Yeah, Naomi Osaka, Serena Williams, Meghan Markle. Yeah, he attacked the women too. He was on the Breakfast Club talking all kind of shit about it on Naomi Osaka. And then shortly after that, she revealed she was dealing with depression or some mental health issues. Was it possible that she saw Umar's ass up there talking that type of shit about her? He goes after widows. Vanessa Bryant. So he'll go after black people in general, but he also go after women. What kind of man? So I want you, Umar Johnson's followers, to really think Jada's Pitt, yeah, Wesley's. I don't know. Did he really go after Wesley Snipes for what? Yeah, he Deion Sanders. See, especially the people who get the most amount of it. See, Umar, he needs attention. It's the narcissism. Okay, he needs the attention. That's why he's always on social media posting something. There's people who've dealt with him where they had him come out to speak, and they were amazed at how he would be on his phone, just on social media, not talking to nobody, just because that's how he gets the people's attention. So Deion Sanders was trending big time. Remember last year? So what does Umar do? He targets Deion Sanders to attack Deion Sanders. Meanwhile, Deion Sanders, he's got his sons are successful. Umar, he don't take care of his own kids. He's a deadbeat. He's a baby mama creator. Well, and Vince, it's not everyone. There's some. It's a lot of them. I don't want to overstate that, but if there's a black celebrity, and that include athletes, musicians, rappers, politicians, if they start to get a lot of attention at any given point, Umar will start to attack them because he wants to feed that attention towards him. He's hungry in that way. Steady, yeah. Tariq, yeah. I don't know. What did he say about Wesley Snipes? My goodness. Zendaya, what did he say about her? What did she do? That's a doggone shame. She's just a little girl. Anyway. All right. So I can continue. He didn't go after Freddie. Cut it out. But Freddie Douglass was a snow bunny hopper. He definitely was a snow bunny hopper. We know that as a fact. Anyway, the point is that Umar will target people, and in particular, he targets black people. No one talks more shit about black people online that I've seen than Umar Johnson. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because you Umar Johnson followers who complain about, people who, quote unquote, are tearing a black man down because they're criticizing Umar's scamming ass. Y'all really need to check yourself, because Umar is a permanent person who criticizes black people for no good reason, except for his own gain. He wants the attention. That's it. All right. I have this old video too. Yeah, Zendaya. Yeah. I have this. Yeah, Magic Johnson's son too, by the way. The gay one. Umar toned down his gay rhetoric, his hate for gay people rhetoric over the years. But I have the older videos where he has all kind of crazy stuff to say about the LGBTQ community. See, Umar, he will attack anyone as long as it gets him attention. He does not care. Now, when people come back at him, he will stand down because he's a coward. But he will milk it to get as much attention as he possibly can until they go left, and then he'll back off. That's how Umar Johnson is. All right, let's get into this. So I'm going to pull up the video from, I think it's from like last week. And I meant to get to it last week, but I took the week off from live streaming. And we'll pull this up right here. This is one of the videos that has kind of, it went, I wouldn't say viral, but it went semi-viral. And then Steve Harvey responded because in the video, Umar Johnson has some things to say about Steve Harvey. Yeah, Ben Crump. I think I have Ben Crump on my list. And I remember when he first started, because I know the video, because Ben Crump back in the day, he was representing, I can't remember if it was Trayvon Martin, but one of those early situations that took place with the police. And Umar was speaking, and there was a question and answer, and people were asking him, well, what do you think about this person? You guys would be amazed. Every single black person that they brought up, Umar had something negative to say about. Every single one. He does that. I've yet to hear him say something positive about another black person without saying something negative afterwards. Think about that. Oh, did I miss something? I don't know. You guys, I'm old. I don't know all about all that. Okay, yeah, maybe it was Trayvon. Okay, so let's get to the video. Here we go. And thanks everyone inside the Cook Chat for tuning on in. I appreciate your presence. Let's get into it. Here we go. See, this guy is such an actor. He's such a character. Think about this. Just starting off, he's lying. Look. He ain't even said nothing. He's lying already. Look at him. By the way, he is legitimately homeless. Okay, meaning real. I'm not hyperbole. He is homeless right now and has been for many months. Prior to that, he was living inside of his mama's closet. It amazes me that you have someone who is literally a bum criticizing someone who's running for president, criticizing all the other people that I've brought up. All these people are far more accomplished than Umar Johnson. What has Umar Johnson accomplished outside of running his mouth? You Umar Johnson followers. I don't mean to go at y'all today, but let me ask you a question. What has Umar accomplished besides running his mouth? Give me one thing that's tangible. And don't bring up these books because there's no source material. They're not peer reviewed. He's not a professional. It's just his opinion. He doesn't source any material. Credible sources? None. Sources? None. Give me one thing. No, give me 5 things. I don't want to make it too easy. Give me 5 things that Umar Johnson has accomplished that's legitimate, meaningful, and that is tangible. I'll wait. See, all of the people that Umar Johnson criticized, they're far more accomplished than he is. Serena Williams is another one that he criticized. A lot of these people accomplish more in one day than Umar has in his whole life. This guy is a bomb. Literally. I'll wait. Give me 5. Give me 3 things. Now let's go with 3. I don't mean to be mean. I don't mean to be mean, but give me just 3 things. Can y'all give me 3 things? 1, 2, and 3. No? People are like, oh, 2 block parties? Shit, I don't. That's not tangible. Okay. Okay, I've given him credit for throwing 2 block parties, but it's not meaningful. And he had black women come and organize it. See what I'm saying? Outside of running his mouth, you guys can't. He hasn't organized anything. He claims that there's an NIBPA. There is no NIBPA. There is no office hours. When do they meet? Where's the phone number, the email address? Where's the website? Is there a website? No, there's no website. Where are the minutes when they meet for people to review? What's the budget for this organization? Who's on the board of directors for this organization? These are figments of his imagination. Umar is mentally disturbed, literally. And that's why he lies all the time. He be making up all kinds of crazy shit. I mean, this guy will make up, and then people be like, oh yeah, he's doing something. No, give me 3 things that's tangible things that are meaningful that Umar Johnson has done. See, people can't do it. Yeah, he did. Yeah, well, okay. All right, Taz. We'll give him that one. That's one. Okay. He brought us Miguel Jackson. We'll give him that one. two paint days. Okay. All right. He didn't paint the rock, Eddie. There was the Queens that painted the rock. Yeah. A block party and an open street free to use. I don't mean to be mean. Okay. So I just want to be clear about that. Okay. He's always criticizing people, but he hasn't accomplished anything. He's living out of hotel motels. He's homeless and he rents cars. He doesn't have a job. Anyway, let's go. This guy starts his life drinking, sometimes eating. With donors' money, Chris. That's the donor's money. That's how he's able to do all of these things. He collects money for this fake school and then he uses it to live his life. He don't have a job. Umar got me at the bakery and looking at the cookies like, I love my chocolate chips. Yeah, that's men. We don't look at cookies the same after watching Umar videos. Yeah, he is. He really is. Because that money, he got that money coming in for the FDMG. Such a shame. It's a shame.
Welcome to Philadelphia International Airport. Please
He at the airport.
Bags unattended. Unattended bags and personal belongings.
Traveling all over the world. Where's the school?
Costa Rica, Marcus Garvey, Earth Day celebration.
Earth Day.
Costa Rica, Central America. King Kong consciousness is en route. Panama, pull up. Honduras, pull up. Belize, pull up. Africans of Guatemala, pull up. Africans of El Salvador, pull up. All Central American Africans, you are to report.
Listen, if you, Umar Johnson followers, if you guys saw this guy at the airport looking like this, what would you say? You would say that he's a homeless guy, right? Well, that's because he is a homeless guy. He wasn't always like this. In fact, back in what was 1993, there you go, right here. But we ain't even gonna get into that right now.
To Limon, Costa Rica, tomorrow, August 16th, 4 p.m. at the Culture House. I repeat, all Central American Africans, you are required to be in Limon, Costa Rica, tomorrow, Friday, 4 p.m. and on Saturday, the Most Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey's 137th Earth Day return. We will be in Puerto Viejo.
Yeah, there was an incident where someone called, but see, they probably saw him. He was in the airport and the TSA, it was some security. They came in to check on him. It's more like a wellness check. Someone saw him and thought that he was talking to himself. He was probably yelling on his phone, talking, doing a live stream, but in the corner somewhere. And see, it'd be different if he had on a suit and tie. But if you're looking like a straight bum and you're doing that, and you look like you're mentally unstable, look at him. Yeah, there's going to be people that they might assume it didn't have nothing to do with racism or nothing. They may have assumed that he was a homeless person, and that's exactly what took place. The security came and checked on him real quick, and then they went about their business. He said, "Oh, I'm a psychologist." No, but he looks like a homeless person, and if he's yelling on his phone, people don't see his phone. They're going to assume that he's mentally mentally unhealthy or mentally deranged person talking to himself. This makes sense. Yeah, so and that's not the first time. There's other incidents too where he was questioned at. Well, I remember he was questioned at the airport because he shows up these. And it's not even just these days, but for the last few years, he shows up looking like a bum. And if a person doesn't see him on his phone, but they hear him yelling and you know how he does when he gets on his live stream, they're going to assume that yeah, this guy has these mental health issues. He's talking to himself. Anybody else says, in all seriousness, this has to be a lonely life when most of your purpose is speaking. The people are two people, but you're always on. Yeah, after he's done with these speaking engagements, he has to return back to his reality, which is it's just him by himself, and he can't go back to his mama's house, so it's literally him by himself. See? That's why these days he's always in hotel rooms, or he's at the airport because he's trying to catch a flight to the next city, and once he gets there, he gets into a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Yeah, I know, Andrea. It's incredible to me, especially at this point. There's enough information out there on Umar for anyone to have informed consent, but I think people, they dismiss all of that. They just dismiss it and they keep running with the okie doke. What's up, Naeem? Oh, let's keep going. Here we go.
At Liberty Hall, that's right. The Marcus Garvey Liberty Hall in Puerto Viejo, Saturday, August the 17th, 5 p.m. Limon Culture House. Friday, tomorrow, 4 p.m. Saturday, Puerto Viejo, Marcus Garvey, Liberty Hall, 5 p.m. I'm bringing the Garvey fire. I'm bringing the Leo fire. I'm bringing the RBG passion. All Central American Africans, South American Africans, American Africans, Canadian Africans, Caribbean Africans, European Africans, Australian Africans, South Pacific Africans, Ghanaian Africans, Nigerian Africans, Sudanese and Somali Africans, Malawi and Zimbabwe Africans, Togo and Benin Africans. It's time for the Leo season Garvey celebration. And then I will see y'all at Nat Turner Land. And then I will see y'all at Nat Turner Land. And then I will see y'all at Nat Turner Land on August the 21st.
Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. My microphone was muted. Yeah, I went over to Umar's Instagram page, and he just about an hour ago he posted another video. Y'all want to take a look at that while we're here? We can do that. Umar has a lot of problems, but I give him props for not taking money from politicians, and like what celebrities always do. But the thing there is that there a couple of years ago, and you guys hit the one if you remember this. Umar said something to the effect that the Democratic Party gave him $1 million or $2 million. Anybody remember that? Hit the one. I'll download because I see people want me to we can take a look at the most recent live because he said he was banned off of Instagram, but like I said, he lies all the time. Download Instagram video. Yeah, I'll download it. We can take a look. He's inside of a rental car, as usual. Probably on his way to a hotel room. Yeah. It was on his Instagram page from what I remember. Okay, so I'm not making it up. So that again, did the Democratic Party do that? No, but Umar says those types of things all the time. Just he's a liar, you know. The other thing is that when he said that Kamala Harris reached out to him, or her crew reached out to him and wanted to give him $10,000 or whatever it was to speak with him, that's another lie. This guy, like mentally, he's out there. He's what was the word we used yesterday? Something Lulu. I can't remember what it was. Delulu. He's delusional. He's Delulu. So what I'm getting at is that even still, if we look at Umar, he will take money from anyone he can get. He'll take any money from anyone. Anyone he can get money out of, he'll take money out of from them. And I guarantee that if someone paid him to speak on particular points that even if he doesn't agree with it, they paid enough, he would do it because he's a homeless beggar. See, his whole life revolves around the internet, being online to get money out of people so that he can keep his life going and keep his lifestyle going. So he'll take money. He just wants to infuse himself into the conversation with people like Steve Harvey or Kamala Harris or anyone else because he wants to be on that level. He really desires to be the president of the United States of America, what he calls the Black America. I have receipts on all that. He has a long history of that type of behavior. It's really weird. If someone reminds me during this live stream, I can pull that up. I'm downloading the other video now. All right. Okay, let's get back to this. Yeah, I got that. I have that one. Yeah, they paid for the book, and he's sitting up there, took a picture with him.
Mixed race Africans or mixed race Africans. Mixed race Africans are mixed race Africans. Unless they choose not to identify with the race and they consider themselves biracial, we will respect their right to consider themselves biracial. But if they stand with their race, then they are mixed race African. I don't use the word mixed breed because my mixed race African brothers and sisters are not animals. I do not use the word mixed breed because my mixed race African brothers and sisters are not animals. I do not use the concept mixed breed because my mixed race brothers and sisters are not animals. Cologne, Germany. I'm still waiting for that Germany invitation. I'm still waiting for that German African invitation. I'm still waiting for that German African invitation.
Yeah, Darius, I forgot. Thank you for the super chat. There's something else I want to mention too. Said Umar has a lot of problems, but I give him props for not taking money from politicians, unlike what celebrities always do. We have to ask the question though: how do we know that Umar hasn't received money from politicians? And I'm specifically talking about for the FDMG school scam. Is it possible that there's been one, maybe 2 or 3 politicians that sent them money? I think it's quite possible. I remember there was this one guy that was running for some office, and Umar had him on live. He wasn't supposed to be on live, and he was talking to Umar. He started cursing, used the N-word and stuff. And I was like, Umar, why you do this guy like that? Ended his career. Anyway, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. I think what you're referring to, Darius, is situations wherein politicians will pay athletes, entertainers, in particular Black athletes, entertainers, to use their platform, or even in some cases to come and perform, or to use their platform, in some cases social media platform, to promote these politicians. Yeah, that happens. Okay. Well, the thing is that what politician would want Umar to be, legitimate politician would want Umar speaking on their behalf and encouraging people to vote for them. I highly doubt. Umar has far too many scandals. He's unhinged. Even from a PR standpoint, how he looks disheveled, looks like a homeless person. There's videos on here where he's yelling and screaming and talking crazy and cursing people out and acting just like yesterday. Yesterday, he went crazy yesterday. Okay. Thanks for super chat, though. Here we go.
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. African queens forever, snow bunnies never.
Yeah.
Natural hair forever, weaves and perms never. Natural hair forever, weaves and...
Yeah, Umar doesn't turn down money. He will turn down help in terms of physical help, but he will not turn down money.
Perms never. I said natural hair forever, weaves and perms never. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. Black. I don't go to sleep. I don't have time for sleep. Until Africa is free, don't talk to me about no time. I'm on divine time.
You know, people are probably saying, you look tired, you need to get some sleep, and he does. He's so disheveled. He probably was staying up late, turning that heat down.
I'm on ancestral time. I'm on liberation time. Until Africa and all African people are free, don't talk to me about it's too early. Okay? I don't deal in
Yeah, I know.
European time. I deal in
Hey, they
divine
turn that
time.
heat down. Yep. That's a good one, Denver Tunde tells. Yeah, this is a good point right here. Why would anyone who hasn't even uttered this fool's name, supported his fake endeavors, or called on his fake expertise, Fox, give him money or ask for his support? This is for his supports. You're really saying his supporters, not vice. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, all of this is just shenanigans. This is Tunde tales. Okay, yeah, I'll check it right now, James. Thank you. I'll be right back. Oh my goodness, this is long. Hold on. He up here, boy, Umar, you ain't got no manners. Okay, I'll download it. Thanks, James. I'll download it. I don't know if you guys want to get into that too today. There's so much we can get into. Oh, he doesn't really talk that long. Yeah, well, we can get into this too. This different, yeah, they got different stuff in the video. Okay, let me go ahead and download it. Y'all don't think it's odd that this guy gets on here and he's eating and stuff, but then he's on. What's up, Yolanda? But he also is just, he stops and doesn't talk for a while. He's weird. Family FMG coming 2053. Yeah, I always say 2050 anywhere, somewhere around there at this pace. 2053, 2055, 2057, somewhere around here. Say Umar just told you, huh? That's too funny. Thanks, Umar Johnson's paid body double. I appreciate it for the thankful super chat. No, he's claimed to be kind of partial vegan, but no, he's not. He eat anything. I mean, this guy, he'll eat cat food. Someone said he's lonely. He is. He's a very lonely person. That's why he gets he gets online. And at the airport, he doesn't have anyone to talk to. So, he has to get online and do this. Here we go, snorting. Yeah.
Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey.
Here we go.
Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. Listen, if Uncle Steve Harvey and Uncle Ricky Smiley want to go hard for Kamala Harris, that is their business. If Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey want to go hard for Kamala Harris, they have a right to do that. They have a right to do that. What they don't have a right to do is shame other Africans into voting for her. They cannot do.
See the irony of this? Cookie Crush Chat, what's the irony here? What's the contradiction? I'll say it that way. This is what I mean by critical thinking. And if you follow Umar Johnson enough, you'll know exactly where this is going as he's saying these things. What's the contradiction here? He's saying that Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, they're attempting to shame people into voting for Kamala Harris. But guess what? Umar has been shaming people who want to vote for Kamala Harris. Hit the one. And all he does, that's right, Bean. All he does is shame black people. He's about to do it right now with Steve Harvey and this other guy. I don't even know who that guy is. I know Cat Williams mentioned him and went off on him, but I never heard of the guy. Okay. No, I don't think he's threatened her, but he did. I remember he was talking about lashes for. I have to take that video down because that was way too far. He was talking about lashes for somebody, some political. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Michelle Obama. I can't remember. I just can't remember who it was. But that kind of stuff. If you're issuing those types of threats, no, you don't play like that. I took that video down. I can't remember who it was though. Yeah, he contradicts himself all the time. Mm-hmm. I downloaded that other video too. We'll get into that too while we're here.
That they were wrong for that. You can't shame people into not voting for someone who has no record of doing nothing for them. Now that's where they're wrong. That's where they're wrong. You know.
Yeah, y'all remember that.
Steve Harvey's logic didn't make any sense. He said if we don't vote, we won't get nothing. Well, you've been voting and you ain't got nothing. It's time to hold the vote until we.
See, this guy, it's really what he's doing is he's attempting to suppress the black vote. That's what he's doing. See, now the thing is that Umar wants to be president. He wants to be in that position of power. I can pull up the videos to show this to people. He's done quite a few of these videos. We talk about if I'm the president of Black America, I would blah, blah, blah. I would outlaw weaves. Again, this is Delulu. He's in delusion land. He's the mental. Okay? But he's attempting to suppress the black vote by saying you should not vote. And again, I've already told people have a right to vote. People have a right not to vote. But people should not go around trying to persuade people to vote or to not vote. That's a personal choice. See, but Umar is particularly and specifically targeting black people. He's not saying this about Kamala Harris to white people. He's saying this to black people. See, he's attempting to suppress the black vote. And in that sense, I really don't matter. Y'all vote if you want to vote. You vote who you want to. If you don't want to vote, that's your business too. It don't make me no difference. But the point is that what it does for those who may have voted is taking political power outside of the hand, voting power outside of the hands of black people more and more and more. And so black people don't have as much political power via voting as they would have because Umar is persuading all these black people not to vote. Again, if you decide not to vote on your own volition, that's your business. You have that right. You decide to vote your own volition. No one's persuading you to do otherwise. That's your right. Go on and do what you're going to do. The point is that it's, in my opinion, it's inappropriate for someone like Umar, anyone for that matter, to go on this campaign to specifically target Kamala Harris and tell people, hey, listen, you should not be voting for her. Now, he may say you shouldn't vote for Trump, too. I haven't heard him say that yet. We'll wait and see. But the point is, it's still suppressing black votes because his message isn't targeting white people, white voters. It's targeting black voters. That makes sense.
Doing nothing for them. Now, that's where they're wrong. That's where they're wrong. You know, Steve Harvey's logic didn't make any sense. He said, if we don't vote, we won't get nothing. Well, you've been voting and you ain't got nothing. It's time to hold the vote until.
See all this sniffing?
Until we get something. It's time to hold the vote until we get something. Ricky Smiley.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense either, though. If you don't exercise your political power and then you expect to get something. Now, I don't have a PhD in political science, but that just doesn't sound right to me.
I love my brother, but he was pretty emotional. He's talking about Supreme Court Justice Ketanji swearing in Vice President Harris. They both belong to Black Greek fraternities. They'll get sworn in on Dr. King's Earth Day. That's all empty symbolism. We're done with that.
So he's taking shots at Greek fraternities too.
That's all empty symbolism. We're done with that. That's all empty symbolism. We're done with that. You have to give us tangibles, not symbols. Brother Ricky Smiley. Tangibles, not symbols. One is a a.k.a, one is a delta. What that got to do with miseducation? One is a a.k.a, one is a delta. What that got to do with mass incarceration? One is a a.k.a, one is a delta. What that got to do with gentrification and homelessness? That is nothing but empty symbolism. The member of one
Yeah, he will bring up homelessness because he's homeless.
black sorority swearing in the member of another black sorority on the solar return of a brother ancestor, Dr. King, who belonged to a black male fraternity. That's all fine and well. But telling black people they should vote for the symbol, telling black people they should vote for the symbol is not going to serve us, Brother Ricky. We need substance, my brother. We need substance. Medgar Evers did not die for Kamala Harris to become president. Stop the cap up. Dr. King did not die for Kamala Harris to become president. Stop the cap up. The purpose behind Fannie Lou Hamer's Voting Rights Act, the purpose behind the Fannie Lou Hamer Voting
Yeah, he is still homeless.
Rights Act was for black people to be in a position to use their vote so they could receive tangibles. Voting is not supposed to be a symbol. Voting is supposed to be a transaction, a power transaction. You want my vote? We want your resources. You want my vote? We want the resources. Voting is not supposed to be a ritual. It is not supposed to be a symbol. It is supposed to be a transaction. You want my vote? We want some tangibles. If we can't get no tangibles, you can't get no vote. Steve Harvey said, they can't give us no reparations. What'd he say? We're not going to get no reparations if we don't vote. You've been voting Democrat for 93 years, Steve Harvey. Been voting Democrat for 93 years, Steve Harvey. Been voting Democrat for 93 years, Steve Harvey. How many more years you got to vote Democrat to get some reparations? The problem with you black celebrities, the problem with you black celebrities.
See what I'm saying here? We covered this earlier. All he does is criticize successful black people, including celebrities.
You are the new black bourgeoisie. You are the new black bourgeoisie. And you are going out of your way to stay relevant with the white power structure by trying to shame black people into voting for people who don't do anything with them. That ended with Barack Obama.
Here we go.
That ended with Barack Obama, the new generation of American Africans. These under 30s today, they not like the under 30s of Barack Obama 16 years ago. See, 16 years ago, the 30-year-olds of today were 15. 16 years ago, the 30-year-olds of today were 14. They were babies under Obama. They were babies under Obama. But you fail to realize they grew up on Dr. Umar Ifatunde doctrine. These 30-year-olds, they grew up on my messages. They grew up on me. So you can't seduce them with emotions. You can't seduce them with intellectualism. You can't seduce them with symbols and empty promises. They grew up under the prince of Pan Africanism. They've been watching me and listening to me for 15 years. You can't get over on them like you got over on their parents. You can't get them to the polls on November the 4th with no damn a Delta swearing in the a.k.a.
Here we go, taking shots at sororities and fraternities. Yeah, 30 years olds use him for me. Yeah, they do, especially young people. They clown him all the time on TikTok.
On an alpha's birthday. That don't mean nothing to us. We respect Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I love my Delta Queens. We respect Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I love my Alpha Queens. We Alpha Phi Alpha Sorority. I love my Alpha brothers, but that ain't got nothing to do with this. This is not sorority business. This is American African business. I said, this is not sorority business. This is American African business. And if Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, Jill Stein, Cornel West, if they can't take care of African business, the American African business, don't come to me. Black vote ain't for sale no more. Black vote ain't for sale. We bartering on business. We standing on business. Bring us some tangibles or get out of my face. Ricky Smiley, I love you. But crying on the radio for Kamala Harris, my brother, that's an all-time low. Don't do that again, Ricky Smiley. Don't you get on your radio show and cry for Kamala. Don't you do that, my brother. If you want to cry for Kamala Harris, if you want to cry for Kamala Harris, you do that in the privacy of your house. But if we're going to be honest, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, and I love you both, no hate to my big brothers, but if we're going to be honest, Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Can we please be honest? Can we see?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You are the new paying you to Incorporated. I love my Alpha Queens. Is not sorority business. This is American African business. And if Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, Jill Stein, Cornel West, if they can't take care of African business, the American African business, don't come to me. Black vote ain't for sale no more. Black vote ain't for sale. We bartering on business. We standing on business. Bring us some tangibles or get out of my face. Ricky Smiley, I love you. But crying on the radio for Kamala Harris, my brother, that's an all-time low. Don't do that again, Ricky Smiley. Don't you get on your radio show and cry for Kamala. Don't you do that, my brother. If you want to cry for Kamala Harris, if you want to cry for Kamala Harris, you do that in the privacy of your house. But if we're going to be honest, Steve Harvey.
Who did he say? Kabama. This guy, he crazy.
If you want to cry for Kamala Harris,
he said Kabama.
If you want to cry for Kamala Harris, you do that in the privacy of your house. But if we're going to be honest, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, and I love you both, no hate to my big brothers, but if we're going to be honest, Ricky Smiley and Steve.
Listen, I have an old video where Lamont, this was when Lamont Hill was on BET. He was real young, and Umar was there. They were sitting, it was like a forum, and Lamont Hill says something like, yeah, we can wait to build a school like Umar, but we can also basically take action today, something like that. But it's old. It's an old video. Yeah, Lamont Hill looks really, really young in that video.
Harvey, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on.
Yeah, well, that's part of the point that I want to make here. Umar doesn't have any tangible demands either. He doesn't have a plan either. See, what he does is he just criticizes people, but he doesn't have anything tangible to bring to the table in order to get quote unquote tangibles from, let's say, the government or from the president, vice president, what have you. See, he just gets up there and he just criticizes, but he doesn't have a plan. He doesn't have, okay, we need to withhold our vote. Okay, well then what do we do then? Just to withhold the vote? What's next? He'll say things like, we need to organize the vote. Okay, well, why are you organizing the vote? No, he has no organization skills. How are you going to organize a vote when you're homeless? You have a place to stay. You got to have an office or something. Traveling all over the place, crushing cookies, etc. But he doesn't have any alternative because Umar, he just criticizes. And really what it is he wants to be in the spotlight. He wants the power. He's always been like this. This is why they was going to kick him out of the UNIA, and he ends up putting in a resignation letter. They did because he wanted to be the HNIC. Well, the same thing applies to I know it sounds crazy because who would think that someone like Umar would ever get to the point where they could run for president? But in his mind, that's how he thinks. It's delusion. He's delulu. He thinks that he could become the next president. And when Barack Obama became president, he was so upset. I got these old videos where he just takes all, he called Barack Obama a half Negro. And as I'm listening to these older videos, you can tell he has some serious hatred and vitriol towards Barack Obama. And part of it is because Umar wants to be in that position. He wants to be the next one. See, but he doesn't have anything to offer. He doesn't have a plan. He doesn't have any organization skills. He doesn't have any history of doing anything of relevance or tangible outside of running his mouth. See? But that's what I'm saying. He may say things that make sense. He may say things that are even true. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because he's a homeless bum. He doesn't have a plan. He doesn't have any leadership skills. He doesn't have any qualities within him that is actually going to mobilize people to do anything one way or the other. What is Umar mobilized? Where are the people that he has organized? No, he's always by himself. He's a one-man show. He has no skills to build.
Can we please be honest? Can we see? I want y'all to understand, overstand, and understand what King Kong is talking about. Y'all carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame black people into voting. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of the vote, but they being paid. Y'all being bought. They offered me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your money, but
Didn't happen. Cook Corchette, please understand this. And you Umar Johnson followers who are still around, he's lying. He's a liar. He's a habitual liar. Again, Umar, someone can send something to Umar and claim that it's something like we're representing the, and I can pull it up. We represent Kamala Harris and blah, blah, blah. And it could be someone trolling him. He's such a liar. And but he'll run with it because he knows that it's going to bring him attention. And it makes him feel important too. Boy, he looking bad inside this video right here. Oh, it's his birthday today. That's why he posted this right here too. But that's not what I want to pull up. Hold up 1 second. Let me see if it's still up here. Because I remember, was it on his Instagram? I thought it was on his Instagram page. Yeah, I don't see it on here. Oh, wait, here, is this right here? Yeah, I don't. Oh, wait, this is it right here. This guy, he's such a clown. Let me pull this up so you guys take a look. He's lying, but that's what he does. He does this every single time. Everything starts with the lie. With this guy, he's a habitual liar, pathological liar. Let me do a screen share. Here it is right here. Text me. You can tell it's fake. Look at where the pictures are. You see this? There's a text message today at 10:30 p.m. Why would they be texting him at 10:30 p.m.? Hello, Dr. Umar Johnson. Such and such from the Harris 2024 team. You are a big part of the Black community. Can you help us by completing a Zoom meeting with Vice President Kamala Harris? There's no question mark. I haven't even looked at this, but these are the types of things you guys got to look for. In terms of digital forensics, just look for the basic stuff like this. Can you help us by completing a Zoom meeting with Vice President Kamala? Why would they do a Zoom meeting? That makes no sense whatsoever. They're going to Zoom meeting Umar Johnson? Just even from a cybersecurity standpoint, you're going to get on Zoom with the vice presidents? With the vice president? This is such a bunch of bullshit. It says paying, and I think it's $10,000. Paying $10,000 or whatever, are looking for about an hour. We are looking for about an hour of your time. Please advise if you would like to complete the Zoom call. Your help can get us across the finish line. That's so ridiculous. And so why is the text up here, in black, and then the text down here is in white? And there's a picture down here. And so today at 11:45 p.m., hour and 15 minutes later, Umar responds, "Peace and Pan Africanism. I hope that all is well. I'm not interested in your money. However, I'm very interested in having a Zoom conversation with Vice President Harris to discuss our needs and her plans for the Black community. This Zoom must be live casted to the national Black community, and may not be pre-recorded." He giving the terms now. "I promise to be completely respectful, ma'am, of the Vice President, but I will ask direct questions about miseducation, mass incarceration, police brutality, economic stagnation, gentrification, migrant crisis, reparations, and the need for a federal anti-Black hate crimes bill." Look, Franklin said, "I'm 8 seconds into the show, all the way up in Canada. I can tell that Umar is like, yeah." Now, someone just sent this to him, or I wouldn't put it past him, but although I highly doubt it, because Umar doesn't have the tech skills even to put together this. There are apps online where you can put together things like this very easily. Very easy. You can put something together like this in less than a minute. But I don't think Umar has that ability. I think someone actually sent this to him via text, because his number's out there, and Umar runs with it. See, there's probably was a part of Umar that said, was this real? But then in his mind, because it makes him feel important, yeah, it has to be real. They're reaching out to me. You want to pay me $10,000 to do a Zoom call. So let me run with it. So he posted, and then it picks up traction. But it's all based on a lie. Umar's a trip. He really is. Well, he has it redacted. I don't know why he would redact that. It makes no sense. Why would he redact any of this? Paying $10,000. We are looking for about an hour of your time. But Umar, he'll run with it. That's what he does. He's a fraudster. All right, let's get back to it.
Definitely do the interview. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame Black people into voting. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of the vote. But they being paid, y'all being bought. They offer me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your money, but we can definitely do the interview. They offer me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. Yes, we can do the interview. Keep your damn money. King Kong consciousness ain't for sale. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla.
There you go.
I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. Don't come to me with no propositions for money. I don't live for no money. I'm not one of these goofy ass rappers whose whole life is nothing but what you can buy and own. You dealing with real African DNA. This is real ancestry.
So a real African DNA is being a homeless bum with no job, a deadbeat baby mama creator, homeless, rental cars, living in hotel, motel, Holidays Inn. That's what it is?
Ancestral energy over here. I'm not no Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. You don't drop no check off and say get the Negroes to the plantation on November the 4th. You don't drop no check off and say get the Negroes to the plantation. Oh yes, brothers and sisters. Costa Rica, y'all better be ready tomorrow night. Limon province, where Marcus Garvey used to live, where Marcus Garvey used to work, where Marcus Garvey edited his newspaper, La Nacion, Costa Rica, Limon province. King Kong is coming in the footsteps of Garvey. All Central American Africans, get your ass to Limon Province tomorrow. We're going to organize. We're going to organize my Spanish-speaking African brothers and sisters. I said we're going to organize my Spanish-speaking African brothers and sisters.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They just wouldn't send a text. I don't know if it would be the Secret Service. I mean, it would have to be some sort of security. She's the Vice President of the United States of America. You guys realize how ridiculous this is? Not the Vice President of the UNIA 121. The Vice President of the United States of America. And they're just going to text him?
Limon in the footsteps of Garvey. Puerto Viejo Saturday in the footsteps of Garvey. Come on.
Yeah, Umar wants to be Marcus Garvey. He wants to be Frederick Douglass. See, I have he played the role of Frederick Douglass. He had a wig on. There's three different wigs that he was trying on, and it was like a stage show. That was over in Europe, but they also want to do one where he played, and I have the receipt. I have it where he talks about this, that they wanted him to play Marcus Garvey too. See, Umar is one of those kids. You know how the kids, they have that imagination, and as we get older, it's not the same. I still kind of have it, but it's just as an adult, you know, like I can really think of some crazy, ridiculous shit. You know, just be ridiculous. But it has more to do with creative talent, and you can use your creativity in that way. But with Umar, it teeters on the verge of delusion, to where that imagination that he had in a child, he actually believes it to be real. Whatever he imagines, he believes it to be real as an adult. And he always wanted to be Frederick Douglass because his daddy lied to him when he was a kid, said that they were related to Frederick Douglass. They're not. And then Umar, with all this blackity black talk, Frederick Douglass becomes his second. He said it. It's his second idol. The first one is Frederick Douglass, and the next one. So he wants to be Marcus Garvey. That's why he's always bringing up Marcus. He wanted to name the school after Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey. And yeah, Marcus Garvey never went to Africa. And Umar, he'll say, oh, it's because the white people were stopping him. No, he never went to Africa. Point blank, period. And he could have gone to Africa after they kicked him out of they sent him, I think they sent him, I can't remember where they sent him to, because I know they sent, what's the other guy to somewhere. He could have went over there. Well, guess what? Umar never opened the school. See, the Black Star Line never took people to Africa. Umar's school never taught kids anything in Africa or here in the United States of America, even though he said he was going to build one in Africa. There we go.
Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. Ricky Smiley? Let me come on the Ricky Smiley show. Let's talk about election 2024. Let me come on the Steve Harvey show. Talk to me, Steve. How much did they pay you to push Kamala? The Price is Right? Steve Harvey, was the price right, my brother? Was the price is right? When the price is right, the Negropeans will unite. When the price is right.
See that? Taking shots at black people, like we said in the beginning. Umar Johnson said, oh, you're trying to tear a black man down, but that's all Umar do. See? Yep. Yeah, you're right, X Freeman. Umar, he wants to ask straightforward questions to Kamala Harris, but he won't answer any hard-hitting questions. Yeah, you're right about that. By the way, it's his birthday, so I hope you're having a good birthday, Umar. It says, Dr. Umar, Virginia, most revolutionary day and the most revolutionary month. Here's a narcissism. August 21st. Birth of Yeshua ben Yusuf, the Black Christ of Ethiopia. Haitian Revolution begins. Nat Turner Revolution begins. Fugitive Slave Convention begins. Emmett Till arrives in Mississippi. Okay, and what? This guy, Fannie Lou Hamer, arrives at the Democrat National Convention. So what? It happens to be on the 21st. What they got to do with anything? There's plenty of people who arrived at the National Democratic Convention on the 21st. Yes, Umar is the ultimate clout chaser. That's what he is. Yeah, Umar does that. He does that all the time. Democrat National Convention, George Jackson prison revolt, the birth of King Kong consciousness, Leo season grand finale. What does that mean? Grand finale? I don't understand what's going on. But happy birthday, Umar. Hope you're having a wonderful birthday today. You're still a scammer though, but I, just on GP, happy birthday. Happy birthday, my brother. Enjoy your birthday because Jesus was born on my birthday. That's what Umar said. He said Jesus was born on his birthday. I can pull it up. All right, let's keep going. Oh, today's the last day of Leo season? I don't know. I don't know anything about any of that. All right, here we go.
Negropeans will unite. When the price is right, the Negropeans will
Jesus was
unite.
born on my birthday. Let me make sure my daughter caught the bus. I'll be worrying about my kids. Here we go, sniffing and snorting.
Talking about Mega Evers died for Kamala Harris to be president. No more empty elections. You got to earn them. Yes, sir. All right, brother. Good to see you, King.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he does it all the time, Beckler. It's just, it's gross. Oh, okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. Yeah, he does a lot of disparaging comments about black people. Those are the types of terms he uses: Negropeans, coons, this type of thing. It's all abusive. Umar's he's so abusive. Yeah, and see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Men, we don't do that. We don't do that. The women tend not to want to be spitting all that, but men we'll go, let me just, and that's it. We just keep it moving. But not Umar. He would have been a Leo 2,000 years ago when 3 signs were created. We are not looking. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, Umar has difficulty walking, and it's not all the time, but sometimes. Could you play the? Okay, Tata, what video was that? I can find it. What video was that? I thought that was that the 1, 2, 3 video? Jesus was. Let me go find it. Jesus was born on my birthday. Yeah, that's what he said it. He said Jesus was born on my birthday. Let me see if I can find it. I can't remember which one it was though. Anybody in the chat, Could Crush Chat, you guys know which one it is? By the way, if you guys haven't, if you haven't hit the like button, if you can hit the like button. There's also a poll there. It's anonymous, so no one will ever know who's saying, because the question is, will you be voting for Kamala Harris for president? And don't worry if you don't have to vote, but if you want to, you're welcome to do so. There's no way that people will see who voted what. Okay. So let me let this play. Let me go see if I can find that one. Oh, the ones he's sniffing the scents. Okay,
Tangibles
I got you.
over
What's up, Yellow Man?
tokenism.
Yeah.
We want
my bad.
tangibles over tokenism. We want tangibles
It's the
over
beam up,
radio
right?
talk.
Beam
We
up to
want
beam in.
tangibles over television talk. We want tangibles over tokens. Tangibles over television. Tangibles over no.
No, he don't got no. He ain't got no wooden leg.
These 30-year-olds grew up on me. You can't con them the way you con their parents. These 30-year-olds grew up on me. You can't.
This is not true at all, Umar. You tripping. No one that are younger. None of these younger people. See, let me say something. I don't want people to take it the wrong way, but a lot of this black conscious shit is played out, and it was played out like in the 90s. People think that the dashiki wearing is new, you know, and Sankofa and the medallions. That shit's not new. See, the difference is that the people who were around back then, they're grown now. These younger people, they didn't grow up on that, and they're not growing up on it, because a lot of these younger people, yeah, they see things for what it is. I mean, listen, you can talk all this blackety black talk and wear the dashikis and pour the libations and shit, but if you're living in poverty and you're not moving upward in life, these kids, they ain't gonna have no respect for you. Okay, people, please don't take this the wrong way, but this is the truth. Now, if you're upward bound and they see you making progress in life, they're gonna have some respect, and they're gonna be willing to follow in your footsteps in those regards. I'm talking about the whole blackety black conscious stuff. But the vast majority, and I'm talking specifically about the people online, the vast majority of them, they're just 2-bit hustlers, struggling, living week to week, trying to get some money to come up and be able to get that rent paid and put food on the table. This is the truth. The people who are really grassroots, who are really doing things, they're not online like Umar, ranting and raging and asking for cash apps. They're in the community doing stuff. But even that doesn't have the same effect that it had, let's say, in the 70s, in the 80s, and in the 90s. So the people who are coming up now, who are coming into adulthood, most of them, they're not into all of that. They're just not. I would dare say that a lot of it is just antiquated rhetoric that has no functionality in the age of the internet. Yeah, this is hard to say, because I don't want people to get offended, but this is the truth. These young people don't give a shit. Most of these young people, they're not trying to be black power and all of this talk. See, the other thing is that people's mentality has changed too. See, a lot of these younger people, they don't perceive racism like my generation perceived racism, or the generation before the generation before. It's just totally different. They look at things totally different. It's a different time. The internet has changed so many different things. Is it perfect? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that Umar wants to give the illusion that he has all of these young people who are following him. These young people be clowning the shit out of Umar. Even my kids, they'd be like, "Did you see this meme of Umar?" And they'll pull it up on their phone and they'd be laughing and shit. And they know they know you a scammer too. They all know you a scammer. They all do. They be laughing and stuff, and they be showing me TikToks and stuff, because the kids on TikTok these days, the younger people, they be on TikTok and they be clowning Umar, making memes and stuff. Ain't nobody following you but these older people. These younger people who are lost, a few of them, but the vast majority, they look at you like a clown. And they see them. A lot of them see clearly that you're a buffoon. I mean, if you're looking like a Pookie and you live streaming at a hotel motel and you lazy laying in bed, these young people, they got other stuff that they into. But see, Umar don't know that, because he ain't raised no kids. He has no clue. These kids these days, they ain't trying to be hotel hustlers.
Con them the way you con their parents. The Ifa Tunde army. The Ifa Tunde army.
See, all
I
delusion.
think I'm gonna hold an under 30-year-old march. We're gonna have a march. My under 30-year-olds, y'all ready for the march for tangibles?
He ain't gonna do nothing. This is the other thing about Umar. He'll say he's going to do these things, but he never does anything. He'll say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to have the first black Pan African conference of the 21st century, and he doesn't do it. I have the video where he says that. He says he's going to open up an all-vegan sports bar, non-alcoholic, as he calls it. He says he's going to have a dirt bike team. There is no dirt bike team. So he's going to have a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. There is no 3-on-3 basketball tournament. He says he's going to have yoga classes. There are no yoga classes. He said he's going to have, he one time said he was going to turn the gym into a nightclub. It's just, remember I was talking about the imagination part? He's like truly disturbed mentally. As we get older, there should be a line of demarcation between what is reality and what is the imagination. But Umar, he never, that line of demarcation never came into fruition. So he literally, whatever he imagines, he says he's going to do it, but he has no intention of doing it. He doesn't even know how to do it. He just throws it out there. Here's another example of it. That's why I said earlier, what can you guys tell me tangible that Umar Johnson has done? Nothing. He's thrown 2 block parties. That's not tangible. That's just party time. And it was for older black people. That wasn't for the kids. People sent him millions of dollars to open up school for boys, right? And girls too, initially. Well, that should be where all that money is going. No, he wants to throw block parties with Miguel Jackson and have a good time. And that's mainly for old black. You see the old black people that was up there dancing and stuff. See? Nothing tangible or real. Nothing meaningful. He hasn't even done like a turkey drive for Thanksgiving for those poor people that live out there in that hood. Backpack drive for the kids, shoes, none of that. Meanwhile, he traveling all over the world. You always see him in hotel, motel, Holiday Inns, or he's at an airport. And that's all donors' money that's supposed to be going towards opening up a school out there. I can't find that video. I'm gonna keep looking. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
All right, King.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, okay. Yeah. He's gonna be painted again coming up.
We need tangibles, no more talking.
Look who's talking.
I can't wait to see who they roll out for the Democratic National Convention. I can't wait to see who they roll out for the Democratic National.
See, Umar was claiming that we need to organize at the Democratic convention. Did he show up? No. But that's, again, a figment of his imagination. Remember? We covered that last week. It's another example. Tata, I can't find that video. So in that video, he said Jesus was born on his birthday. What else would he say was the beam up, beam in? But it's not coming up under that. Well, there was the essential oils. Let me see if I played it recently too. I'm gonna find it. Here, let me let this play.
Convention on Monday. I can't wait to see who they roll out in Chicago. We didn't see Megan Thee Stallion. We didn't see my brother Quavo. We didn't see Ricky Smiley.
I heard his daddy was there.
On the radio, Steve Harvey.
No, that's not the same one though. That's not the same one because I have the one at Ramsey's. That's the one that came up. Maybe it is the same one, and I just got it mixed up. Hold on one second, Tata. I thought he said that Jesus was born on his birthday on the one where he's sniffing the he's saying I get high in my shrine. Remember that one? I got the Ramsey's one right here because I pulled it up. It popped up when I was looking for the other video. So I got that one. But let me keep looking. So you saying I got that video right here, but let me see if I can find the one, the other one I'm thinking about where he's sniffing on, not incense, but essential oils. Just to beam up to beam in. Maybe I'm getting it mixed up. Here, let me check. Oh, you think it says both videos?
Old strategies for voting. Who they going to have speaking for us at the Democratic National Convention? Who's it going to be? LeBron James, Oprah Winfrey? Who they going to pull out?
Here you go.
A hat at the Democratic National Convention next week. Who they going to pull out of their hat next week, family? Who y'all think they're going to get? I hope my sister Beyonce don't show up for them.
Here
Who
you
they
go.
going to get at the Democratic National Convention? Who y'all think they got in the pipeline? See, they forgot. These young people grew up on Dr. Umar Ifatunde. Costa Rica, I'm on my way. Central America, I'm on my way. Tomorrow, Limon Province, Costa Rica, 4 p.m. American Africans, feel free to pull up. Caribbean Africans, feel free to pull up.
All right.
Somebody said Kamala Harris don't even have a. Somebody said Kamala Harris don't even have no political positions on her website. They said Kamala Harris don't even have any political positions on the website. They said Kamala Harris don't even list what she stands for on the website. They said black folks is so brainwashed into identity politics. They said black folks are so brainwashed into identity politics. They said black folks are so brainwashed into identity politics. You don't need to tell them what you're going to do for them, because we never do nothing for them. Just tell them you're black and they should vote. Just tell them you're black and they should vote. You don't even have to give black people a platform. Just be black. Just be black. Those emotional religious Negroes, they don't know their left hand from their right hand. Just tell them you're black and vote for me. I think D.L. Hughley, wasn't D.L. Hughley on that same Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley stuff? Well, they said D.L. Hughley, I think they said D.L. Hughley was trying to hold her accountable at first, and then his fraternity had to put him in check. Is that true, brothers and sisters? Somebody said D.L. Hughley tried to hold Kamala Harris accountable, and then his black Greek fraternity chin-checked him. They said D.L. Hughley tried to stand tall, but then the black Greek fraternity bourgeoisie had to put him in his place.
Okay, so you're saying that she has a donate button, but no policies on her website as of a few days ago, and she has been running for 5 weeks. She did say a couple of policies over the last few days. Okay, well, hopefully she'll become more clear, I would think. I mean, I would have to see policies first before I can say it one way or the other. You know what I mean? I know people could probably argue, well, it's just going to be on the Democrat ticket, so you can expect it to be the same. Well, maybe some differences. I would have to see that. Ike says, did you see the video of Charleston White dressed as a doctor? And he said Umar is a bullshit doctor. No, I ain't seen that. Charleston White been going at Umar for a while, but Umar hasn't responded. Not by name, at least. I don't think so. No, I think he did. I can't remember. I thought he said something, but he's trying to avoid that. Umar is very selective. See, there was a time where he would go back at me, but he already knows not to do that now because he really messed up. And that was probably one of his biggest mistakes. Threatened me and doxed my personal information. He had people doing other stuff too offline that people don't know about. But I'm the kind of person that I don't back down. Like not from some bully. It's just not going to happen. I've never been like that. See, so he made a huge mistake by doing that, and there's consequences for that type of behavior. So Umar, he's very careful. He'll go at certain people, but then there's other people he knows, I'm not going to, because he already know. Same thing with Tariq. Remember when he tried to go at Tariq? That didn't end well for Umar, not at all. So Umar, he's very careful. And with Charleston White, he's not trying to go back and forth with Charleston White. Same thing with what was they banned her off of YouTube. Can't remember her name right now. Cynthia G. He would never go back and forth with her. See, so that's Umar. But I wouldn't be surprised because Charleston White, boy, he be doing some stuff that let me see. I'm gonna go look it up. Yeah, Jaguar Wright is another one. He wouldn't go at her. I'm about to go look this up, Ike. Let me go see. Thank you for the super chat. Hold on, and I'm still looking for that Jesus video. I got the other one, the Ramses one. But let me go ahead and see if I can find this real quick. Is that it? Yeah, I don't see why Steve Harvey responded to this. It's not that big of a deal. Here's the response. We'll get to the response right here.
Kamala Harris, and went on to say that he believes other celebrities are being paid to support Vice President Kamala for her bid for the White House, right? Umar specifically called you out, Steve. He called out Ricky Smiley. He claimed that both of you were paid to support Kamala Harris's campaign. Here's what he said.
But if we're going to be honest, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, and I love you both, no hate to my big brothers, but if we're going to be honest, Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Can we please be honest? Can we see? I want y'all to understand, overstand, and understand what King Kong is talking about. Y'all carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame black people into voting. Y'all know we're not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we're not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we're not going to get nothing out of the vote, but they being paid, y'all being bought. They offer me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your money, but we can definitely do the interview.
Steve.
Well, first of all, we're going to have her on her again, or how many other times it's needed to get her into office.
To get the vote.
Brother Umar, let me say this, man. I absolutely love some of the things you say. I really, really do, man. Some of the stuff I don't always agree with, but ain't nobody got to agree with everything I say. But let me clear the air on something.
Please.
You can't hire Steve Harvey for $10,000 to do nothing.
Yes, hey.
Let me just A that out the way. I don't know where you got that number from, but you can't offer Steve Harvey $10,000 to do nothing. No, you can go through the industry and ask about me.
That's
Bro, let me tell you something. Omar, let me tell you something, man. And there ain't no hate here at all, cause I like some of the work he does. I really do. Yeah. Listen, man, I don't.
Listen, Umar don't do no work. You guys, I don't get it. Y'all really need to check yourself on that. He don't do no work. He just run his mouth. Oh, I see Charleston. Charleston White. Ike, is this the one you talking about right here? Hold on one second. Let me pull this up. This is wild. It don't even look like a, what you call it. Oh, I don't know. He looks more like a chef. Hold on one second. Is this what you talking about, Ike? He dressed like a doctor. Dressed as a doctor, and he said Umar is a BS doctor, so he can be one too. This don't even look like what a doctor would wear. Well, it kind of does. Look like it's maybe a surgeon. All right. Boy, I tell you, boy, Charleston Wright is crazy. That's pretty funny though. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know, DD. You can't tell me nothing. I don't know. What's up, Sporty D? Here we go with the buttercream creek. I don't know. That's what I was saying, DD. I was like, this ain't no doctor because it got a mouse on the top. Charleston White is funny. All right, let's get back to it. Here we go. Boy, that's wild. All right, thanks, Ike, for telling us about that. It fits right into the theme for today. Here we go. Back to Steve.
I don't do nothing.
Nothing
for $10,000. Don't even insult. Don't insult the brand equity that I've built over these 30 years of television. I just don't, man. And I'm doing this absolutely free of charge because I want this country to be in her hands as opposed to Donald Trump's hands. That's why I do it. Now, me and Ricky Smiley happen to be on the same page.
Yeah, Steve Harvey, little brother Umar, like EM did. Yeah. Yeah. And he's slick about it though too, but he's a comedian, so he knows how to frame things. He's still clowning, but he's doing it in a way that's more like a joke. So it sounds funny, but he's getting at Umar at the same time. Thanks for super chat, Najee. Also, thanks Ike and Tata. I'm still looking for that video. My goodness, I can't find it.
Now we Q's now, and so is DL Hughley. And Q's kind of run the airways of black radio.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
All right.
The Q's is running the airways of black radio.
All right, purple and gold.
Okay. But we also understand what's at stake here. So no, I haven't received a single dollar from anybody to do what I do. And I'm doing it gladly for free.
Yes.
And I'm going to freely have her on here again and again and again. I am going
All right, so he said he's didn't take any money. All right.
to freely ask soft ass questions.
Yeah.
I am going to freely lob the basketball so she can slam dunk all these questions. Yes. I'm going to freely sit here and agree. So the black vote is not for sale. But it is a very important block of votes that can control the outcome of this election. And if I have my way, if it is within God's will, she will be the next president of the United States, because the alternative, see, there's only two people running for president. It's Kamala Harris, Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, or Donald Trump. That's the choice. So I don't know. And if somebody offered you 10, you should have took it. But anybody offered me nothing. But please don't insult me and offer me $10,000. Because I'm telling you right now, it costs way more for me to wake up and turn this mic on.
Oh, Steve,
way
we
more.
gotta get him. It's $10,000.
I can't even let that get out about me.
The amount of insulting to you. Wow.
That's just, I mean, really,
The
man.
brand.
Look, man, they can take their campaign money and put it into other causes, like buying ads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The ad I'm running right now, this is free.
Free. Please go vote for Kamala Harris. Do it for free.
Kamala Harris campaign ad right now. Please vote. The black vote is.
By the way, we do have a poll up in the chat room, Quick Course chat. Thank y'all so much for tuning on in. The question is, will you be voting for Kamala Harris? And let me see where we're at with the figures right now. Your anonymity will be maintained, so I want people to be worried about that. Let's see. As of right now, we have a total of 500 votes, and 60% say no, 40% say yes. Now, that does not mean that the 40%, or excuse me, the 60% that say no, that they're going to be voting for Trump. It just means that they're specifically not going to be voting for Kamala Harris. At some point, we'll probably do a poll. Will you be voting for Trump? And then we'll do a poll. Who will you be voting for, Kamala or Donald Trump for president? But that'll be a little bit later on down the line. But as of right now, we got 510 votes. 60% say no. 60%. I'm actually surprised by that. 60% say no. 40% say yes. I'm voting for Umar. Okay. I'm just letting y'all know right now, I'm voting for Umar.
Not for sale.
It is not.
But it is a very, very viable force. It really is important. And that's why everybody wanted, man.
That's right.
And because let me tell you something, if you look at the last presidential election, when it got down to Michigan, Wisconsin, it got down to Philadelphia, it got down to Georgia, Atlanta. Philly, Pennsylvania. All those, the Republicans were winning out in the suburbs. When they got to the inner cities where we heavily populate Atlanta, Philadelphia, Detroit, Milwaukee, that turned the election. And the same thing can happen this time. And they all know it. Why do you think Donald Trump, who don't give a damn about the National Association of Black Journalists, would even walk his ass out there? So he was out there to try to make black people think that he's done more for black people than any president since Abraham Lincoln. But he can't
No.
name one thing he's done for black people. And then got mad at the black woman for asking him tough questions. Now, anybody else that don't agree with that right there, I understand. But just show me what he's done for black people so I can understand. Because right now I don't.
All right. Go on and collect.
Kamala Harris for president. Thank you very much.
I approve
Amen.
this message.
I approve this message absolutely for free. If you try to offer me 10,000, I'm gonna quit talking to you.
Yeah, you know, I just find it fascinating though. Like, if there's not a clear statement of policies, how can you say you're going to vote for somebody? And I know I've looked into Project 2025, and I don't know if we do a show to talk about it. There's some things in there that's problematic, at least from my vantage point. Has Trump issued a clear statement in terms of policy? I'm not talking about Democrat or Republican. I'm talking about just he's running for president. I don't know. I haven't seen it. They haven't talked about it. Maybe they'll talk about it in the debate. But I would figure that people, rational thinking people, would say, okay, I got to have a policy in place to see so I can take a look at it before I decide who I'm going to vote for. That makes sense. That's just me, though. Excuse me. I need something to get something to drink. By the way, I'm not Republican or Democrat. Okay. Now, I don't know if that's true, because I've heard people say that that's not his policy. I've heard people say that it's the vice president, but it's the vice president, because what I heard was his vice president, a running partner, that he was one of the people who participated in creating, writing the Project 2025. I could be wrong, though. Past policy from Project 2017. So 20 is a rational conclusion. Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know that to be true. I mean, has he stated that is going to be? Yeah. Okay. All right. What did I want to do? I'm still looking for that other video, but I do have this one right here. This is the Ramses video.
Before I answer a question, let me answer it, because somebody asked me, did I become a Hebrew? I did not become a Hebrew. This is African print here, not Hebrew print, but I do support my African Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, the African Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, because according to their prophecy, they said our people will be enslaved for 400 years, and then they will come out from under that oppression, according to the biblical prophecy of the Hebrew Israelites being enslaved in a strange land for 400 years. So if they are correct, the 400 years will be up on that Turner Day, August the 21st, Haitian Revolution Day, August the 21st, George Jackson Day, August the 21st, Birth of Jesus Day, August 21st, both birth of Prince Ifatun Day, August the 21st. And if they are correct, then I am the Moses that was prophesied in the Bible to lead my people out of bondage into freedom. And that's why I got the Hebrew look. Shout out to all the Hebrews out there who affirm their Africanity. If you don't affirm your Africanity, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about my African Hebrew Israelites. My African Hebrew Israelites, I'm hoping the 400-year-old prophecy is true, because I am the Moses. Harriet Tubman was the first Moses. Marcus Garvey was the second Moses. Prince Ifatunde will be the third Moses. Well, somebody said, would you rather be Moses or rather you be the Messiah? That's a tough question. Would I rather be Moses or would I rather be Yeshua ben Yusuf, the Hebrew Messiah? That's a tough question, because when you read the story of Moses, Moses was a nation builder. Moses was a nationalist. Moses was a Marcus Garvey, which is why Marcus Garvey's mother named him Moses, Marcus Mosiah.
What? Moses was a... What? But Marcus Garvey was born after Moses, right? What are you talking about?
Marcus Mosiah. And when you read Jesus, Jesus was powerful too. You see, but Moses led a nation. Jesus didn't lead a nation, but Jesus was the Messiah. So if I got to choose between Moses and Jesus, that's tough. Even though me and Jesus was born on the same birthday, August the 21st.
There you go, Tata. There's another one too. You were right. You were absolutely. You was on it. You know it better than me, Tata. She was. I need to get you something to drink. You know it better than I do. I only thought he said it one time. He said it both. He said it twice. The other one where he's talking about beam up, beam in. I think he said Jesus was born on his birthday too. So today's Jesus' birthday, evidently, based on Umar's calendar and what he's saying up on this video. Today's Jesus' birthday. We're celebrating Christmas today, people. Okay, get on your Cash App, get on your PayPal. I need them Christmas gifts. In a couple of days, we're going to start Kwanzaa. Okay, family, we're going to start the Kwanzaa. We're going to have the light ceremonies and all the candle light things, emoji, knee along. Okay, Kuji Chagalia, family. What is he talking about? See what I was talking about earlier, how his imagination, like there should be a line of demarcation between fantasy and reality, but he doesn't have that line of demarcation. This guy be talking crazy.
Jesus, that's tough. Even though me and Jesus was born on the same birthday, August the 21st. So I'm the Moses and the Messiah. That's what Marcus Garvey's mother named him Moses. Marcus Garvey, which is why Marcus Garvey's mother named him Moses, Marcus Mosiah. Because when you read the story of Moses, Moses was a nation builder. Moses was a nationalist. Moses was a Marcus Garvey, which is why
he was a nationalist and he was a Marcus Garvey. How is he going to be a Marcus Garvey when he was born before Marcus Garvey? What are you talking about? I don't get this, y'all. I'm sorry. You don't think this is weird? If this is weird to you, hit the one. I just have to. I need to know, because if y'all think that somehow this makes sense, then I'm gonna have to start a new YouTube page. This is my last show, family. I ain't gonna do no more shows after this one, family.
Because Garvey's mother named him Moses.
What's up,
Marcus
Indigo?
Mosiah. And when you read Jesus, Jesus was powerful too.
Hey, son.
You see, but Moses led a nation. Jesus didn't lead a nation, but Jesus was the Messiah. So if I got to choose between Moses and Jesus, that's tough. Even though me and Jesus was born on the same birthday, August.
Yeah, I guess, but I think it's mixtures. I think it's because he has on, I don't know what he has on his head. It looks like a nightcap to go to sleep in. That's what it looked like to me. It's a black conscious nightcap, but he associates it with the Hebrew Israelites. You know, Hebrew Israelites, they be dressing like that. You don't know that? They be dressing like that. Some of them outfits, I wonder where they get them from, those outfits from. I wouldn't mind wearing one, for the nighttime. I wouldn't wear them during the day. I would wear it out, but I wear it at nighttime indoors. At the nighttime. I'm being inappropriate. I apologize. They put suit at these mixes, Margo. Okay, I just want to be clear. I don't want to feel like y'all watch 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Yeah, he has no respect. Umar has no respect, but he will morph. He'll talk Christianity. He'll talk Islam. He'll talk Sunni Muslims talk, and he'll talk. Now he up here talking about I can't remember what they call. Forgot what they call. All right. Yeah, Tati, you was right. You got me on that one. I still got to, now I want to find where the other one is at. I think it's under reparations. That's why. Because in that video, there it is right here. I'll pull it up for you. I'll pull this one up too for you. Because this one is wild too. We're going to double up on this. Hold on one second. Yeah, I need to rename this so that I can find it easier next time. Okay, let me pull this one up, Tata. Hold on one second. Let me let this one play.
The 21st. So I'm the Moses and the Messiah. That's what I am.
He's the Moses and the Messiah.
Somebody said I would look like Ramses. I'm going to say something right now that I know going to make y'all think I'm a narcissist, but I got to say it because it's the truth.
Well, he is a narcissist. Yeah, it's like it's a black conscious bonnet. Yeah, Jesus ate pork rinds. Jesus like cheesecake. Okay, Jesus, Umar be going crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's the dashiki sleeve on. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, they do. They be looking like superheroes from the ancient times. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Let me get out this chat room. Let me pull this other video up.
I had a spiritual reading in the United Kingdom a couple years ago. And the sister who did the reading told me that I am a blood relative.
Here we go.
Okay. The spiritualist told me that I am a blood relative of Ramses II. Ramses II. That's what she told me. She said, I am a blood relative of Ramses II, the great Ramesu II, the builder, which is ironic, right? Because according to biblical prophecy, he and Moses were antagonistic towards each other, right? So I'm Moses, Ramses, Jesus. How about I'm just a manifestation of all great African alpha males? How about that? I am the manifestation of all great African alpha males down through the ages.
Who's this guy? Here's the other one.
Visionaries. Marcus Garvey was a visionary. This man behind me, Thomas Sankara, was a visionary. El Hajj, Malik El Shabazz, Sekou Touré, Osagyefo, Kwame Nkrumah, Winnie Mandela, Robert Sobukwe. Visionaries. Visionaries.
Oh, okay.
Walter Rodney. Visionaries. We need visionaries. And when you are a visionary, you said tomorrow's not promised. Let me deal with that Negro quote. I'm glad, no disrespect to you, brother. I'm not attacking you, but I want to deal with what you said because you just enunciated one of the major intellectual handicaps of the Negro psyche. The brother just posted, tomorrow is not promised. That's what he said. American Stock Exchange. In 2000 plan, every African American alive house, starting no shipping line with that. That's a small business. It's not for me. See, they don't want me on CNN. See, I want to know why
Watch this.
Don Lemon ain't called me up yet. You keep calling up rappers. Shout out to the rappers. Intelligent, articulate. I support those young brothers out there. But why are you not talking to the revolutionary scholars? You call up Michael Eric Dyson, and you should. I love my elder scholar. You call up Cornel West, and you should. I love my elder scholar. But why is it? Why is it? Y'all haven't asked me for my input on police genocide. Why is it? No one has called me up for my input. I have the degrees. I went to the same colleges they went to. In fact, I got more degrees than them. I'm a young black professional. Why can't I give my take? Why can't I speak my speech?
My speech.
Put some respect on my name.
My name.
Phone ain't ringing. Lavender mellows you out. Essential oil. Lavender. Woo! Woo! Lord have mercy. You don't need marijuana to get high. You don't need cocaine. You don't need alcohol. All you need is some essential oil. Woo! And activate your chakras. Activate your chakras, raise your consciousness. Get you tea tree oil. I don't know if I want to sniff no tea tree oil. That's an antiseptic. I don't know about tea tree oil. Frankincense. August babies. If you are a Leo, we do frankincense. Leo and frankincense. That's why they gave Jesus frankincense. The three wise men gave Jesus frankincense because Jesus is a Leo. He was born on my birthday, August
there you go.
21st. Bible changed that. Here go another good one I got. This is called Thieves. Woo! We're going to get back to reparations in a minute. You got to get some of this. And for my married men out there, if you're married, ladies, if you're married, get an essential oil for your husband if he's having performance issues. If your husband is having performance issues, have him before, when it's time to conceive child, to bring forth Christ. You have him beam up so he can beam in. Make sure he beam up. I love peppermint. I got peppermint too. I like that peppermint. This was given to me. Woo. Lord have mercy. I'll be in my shrine getting high. Y'all have no idea. I'll be in my shrine getting high. Y'all have no idea. Woo.
let's get back to the topic. Beam up so he can beam in. You need that Shango. Okay? Now, let's get to the reparations. Okay, there was an idea I was going to give y'all. There was an idea I was going to.
All right, there you go, Tata. I found both of them. I had to rename this one too so I can find it easier next time. Someone had requested this yesterday. I think it was Dominique. Dominique, here you go.
Dr. Umar Johnson, I'm coming to you live and direct from my hood, North Philadelphia. We here. I'm standing on the exact spot where Jermaine Shoemake was brought into the world on August the 21st. This is where the house stood. We are at 8th and Susquehanna. You feel me? 8th and Susquehanna. This is where I grew up. These streets, this is where I played ball. This is where I ran at. This is where I was from. My grandma's house burnt down about 20 or so years ago, but this is where I was born. Umar Johnson, North Philly. This is the home. At 2204 North Franklin, I just wanted to come by, pay respect to the earth, you know what I mean, where I was born at, the earth that Jermaine Shoemake was born into. So this is where it all started, baby. When I do my documentary, it's gonna come out, y'all gonna see all that, but I just wanted to bring y'all to the hood, 8th and Susquehanna, you know what I mean? Dr. Umar Johnson, all my North Philly people, Allegheny Avenue, Erie Avenue, 22nd Street, Burke Street, Jefferson Street, Lehigh Avenue, Germantown Avenue, you know what I mean? It's crazy. And what I want you to do, we're gonna keep that film running because we're gonna make one stop with the film running because I want you to see where I used to be to stay out of trouble. I would always ask my mom and my grandma for $2. $2. There's a dollar movie up here. Shout out to my Afro-Puerto Ricans. Dollar movie up here that the Afro-Puerto Ricans own.
See, notice he didn't say his father. See, I note those types of things as I put together this the timeline of Umar.
And it was $1 to get in, and I would use the other $1 to get me a popcorn and a soda. The first movie was at...
His documentary was a scam. He's had so many different scams. He was collecting pre-orders for his Rules of Romance book. He was collecting money for his documentary. That was supposed to premiere in 2014. He's a charlatan. That's like I was saying earlier, how with Umar, he says he's going to do all these different things, but he really doesn't. He never finishes anything. He never completes anything. I have this video too where he admits that he doesn't have a mind because his mind doesn't work that way, where he can focus on anything for any extended period of time. The ADHD. That's why he speaks out about it so much, because that's how his mind works. He has a very difficult time staying focused and focusing on any one thing for any given time. That's why even if you guys watch his videos, his Instagrams, or even if he's on there for an hour, he's all over the place. He's talking on different topics. He'll go switch to a totally unrelated topic. His mind, he admitted it, his mind doesn't work that way. So what I'm saying is, even with the documentary, he'll have the idea and he may even get started sometimes or conceptualize and get started, but he never completes anything. Again, his books, he did write 2 books, but he had his main partner in crime. She's the one that helped him put all that together. See, it's only with the help of Black women that he's able to get anything finished, or have an event like the block party, or to get his books finished. But Sharon is the one that managed all the book stuff. You know, then he had Black people come in to put the block party together. He does not have any organization skills because he can't focus on any one thing for an extended period of time. See, I can actually sit down and work on do video editing, and I can do it for 12 straight hours. I mean, I can literally get on here, and I know we goof off, but I can get on here for 6 hours and be focused enough to know the direction, even though we get carried away sometimes, but to know the direction where the show's going. He can't do that. See, that's why the idea of Umar completing anything or opening up a school, there's no way. He doesn't have the mental faculty to do something like that. And different people, minds work different ways. And someone like Umar, he has a really good mind for numbers, remembering numbers and, dates and all that kind of stuff. My mind don't work that way. But I can focus on one thing for an extended period of time. He can't focus on anything for an extended period of time. He's all over the place. See? So if he was an accountant, he would be great at being an accountant, assuming that he has math skills. But in terms of remembering numbers and stuff like that, I have a cousin that when she was I don't know, she might have been 7, 8. We back then we used to play Nintendo, and there would be these codes. There are games that would come out where you can put in a code to get to a certain level, and after you pass the level, they show you what the code is. and it would be alphanumeric, and it'd be like 18 numbers or letters. And she would look at it for like 3 seconds and then memorize it. And so when we want to get to a level, we would say, okay, what's the level 5? And she'll just read it out verbatim. And we would be like, this is some crazy, but she's an accountant doing very well these days. She went to college and everything. So she has a mind for that. See, I don't have a mind for remembering numbers. I just don't have it. And even remembering things like my wife, she'll remember all kinds of stuff. You remember when we stayed on such and such, and the dog jumped over that fence, and then the kid ran over and threw a water balloon. It was a red water balloon, and it hit the dog, and the dog started yelling and ran down the street. And I'm like, I don't remember none of that. I have a daughter that's like that too. They just remember everything. I can't remember stuff like that. So people's minds work in different ways, and you may have a mind that works in one area that does very well, but then there's a deficit on other levels. But for me, like remembering timeline and stuff like that, and putting pieces together, that type of recall, I can do that. But giving you specific dates, I can't do that. With Umar, he can give specific dates, but he cannot finish anything because he can't focus on anything for an extended period of time. And he admitted that. He says he doesn't have the mind to be able to focus on something for that long of a period, for a long extended period of time. Right. So that's what's happened with this documentary. That's what happened with the Rules of Romance book. That's what happened with all the different things that he said he was going to do that he never accomplished. And there's like hundreds of things that he said he was going to do. See, that's what I'm saying. When people think he's going to open up a school, there's no way, because he can't focus on. He doesn't even have a curriculum yet at this point. Okay, 20 years into this, he still doesn't have a curriculum. But in order to be able to establish a school and maintain a school and get through that whole process and run it, you have to have some serious focus. But Umar doesn't have it. When was the last time we saw him for an extended period of time up there at FDMG, at these trap banners in Wilmington, doing actual work? Take the paint days out of it. When was the last time we saw? See? He doesn't have the mentality to do that. He's all over the place. And see, for the way that his mind works, I thought about this, that it makes more sense for him to be traveling because everything is new. It's a new thing, and then he moves on. It's a new thing, and then it moves on. It's a new thing, and then he moves on. Well, that's how his mind works. He just throws things out there. It's a new thing he says he's going to do. He doesn't do it, and he moves on. And there's another new thing he says he's going to do it, and he doesn't do it. He moves on. So that his lifestyle mimics the way that his mind works. Yeah, there's people who have photographic memories. Jay Morrison has a photographic memory, but he also is he has some serious deficits though too in terms of his mentality. See, I can tell he's criminal minded. He's off too. Want me to give you guys an example? I can give you guys an example. Let's finish this. I'll go pull it up.
12 o'clock. The last movie was at 6 o'clock, so it was 3 movies. 12, 2, 4, and 6. 4 movies. It was over at 8, and I would go there and sit in there and watch movies all day. That's where I saw Beat Street, Breaking, Rambo, Predator, Nightmare on Elm Street, all them joints. So you know what, Kay? I'm gonna open the door for you. I'm gonna get in and start the whip. Keep it rolling.
Let me skip through this part.
To do his thing at, you know what I mean? Show him some of the scenery of the hood, because they think I'm not from the hood because I got them 6 degrees.
See, understand that even though Umar grew up in this area, he ultimately was shipped off. He went to a boarding school, and it was a private school, and that put him on path to getting into college. So he actually had a privileged life in those regards. None of his other siblings were sent away. It was just him. That's telling in and of itself. And he admitted, I have the video where he admits that his daddy sent him away because his father felt as if he was too close for his mother. This is an enmeshment issue. And I also have a sense in all of my studying with Umar, hearing things that he says, that the relationship with his mother was an unhealthy one. See, we were looking up why is it that certain people have these mental health disorders, like the types that I believe Umar has. I'm not diagnosing, but and one of the things you'll see on the list is wherein a parent either is abusive, or a parent is coddles the child. In this case, it would be Umar, the boy. Well, I have a sense that his father, who was a drill sergeant, used to bully. And he actually tells about how his dad used to whoop on him. So he gets both. He gets his daddy, who was ultra aggressive. He was a drill sergeant in the Marine Corps. And I said this before. I think his daddy used to bully him, probably used to abuse him. He called it, and Umar says he would get whooped, he get spanked. Okay. But then I have a sense that his mama used to coddle him and treat him special. And so you get both extremes. But ultimately, his father made the decision to ship him away so that he wouldn't be close to his mama like he was. And he admitted he's a mama's boy. I have the videos. Yeah, and I don't want to say too much, Jonathan, but I just know that it's an unhealthy, to this day, it's an unhealthy relationship. It's called enmeshment. You guys can look it up. ENM, enmeshment.
You know what I mean? I want them to understand something. I know what it's like. You know what I mean? I had dinner with the jacket on because the heat ain't on. I know what it's like to live in a homeless shelter. We've been through all that. But my mom always...
Again, homeless shelter, I don't know about that. So you can't take everything that Umar says at face value. Okay, his daddy had 11 kids. That would be a whole bunch of kids inside a homeless shelter. And again, one of his mamas. It stopped at the two baby mamas. He got 11, but that would be a whole bunch of kids and a grandma and a mama. And if his daddy's in the military, I don't know with Umar. You can't take everything he says at face value. The point is that I want to make those at a certain point they shipped him away, and he was able to live a life that was quite privileged compared to his siblings.
Looked out for us. I love my mother to death. All right.
See there?
They said. In fact, we're gonna pull over right here, Kay, because we at the movie theater. I'm gonna show y'all where I used to spend my time at, so I never got caught up in no drama and all of that. So we gonna hop out. So we live. King Kong Consciousness International EFOT Tuesday, Chicago, December 26th, Harold Washington Community Center, Chicago. Get your tickets. Atlanta, Thursday, December 28th, Shrine of the Black Madonna in Atlanta, the 28th. And then we got Houston, Texas, Saturday, December 30th. And then we got Detroit, Michigan, Motown, New Year's Day. Get your tickets, drumarjohnson.com, drumarjohnson.eventbrite.com. So show them this, okay? This was the movie theater. Now it's a banquet hall. It's not a movie theater no more. It's a banquet hall. But what I want them to know, this is where I saw Breaking 1, Breaking 2, Beach Street, Rambo, Predator, Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm trying to think of some of the other joints, Kay. I can't even remember all the movies I saw, but this is where I was. I wasn't Umar yet. I was Jermaine Shoemake, little Jermaine Shoemake, and this is where I would hang out. Shout out to the Shoemake family. If I get to school in Atlanta, my Shoemake family, which is my mommy family, my mom's side, maternal ancestor, they from Georgia. So if we get to school in Atlanta, I'll be in the state of my maternal ancestors. You feel me? But this is where I used to be at, baby. I'm showing y'all, show them a little bit of the hood.
Hey,
let them know. This is where I'm from. Free.
They're asking when you come to DC and when you come to Chicago.
Chicago is the first day of Kwanzaa, baby. Chicago, Harold Washington Cultural Center, Chicago, 6 o'clock, Tuesday, December 26th, Chicago. Get your tickets. Okay, Atlanta, Thursday the 28th, Shrine of the Black Madonna. Get your tickets. Houston, Texas, Saturday, December 30th. Get your tickets. Detroit, New Year's Day. Get your tickets. It's going down. Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, Prince of Pan Africanism. Free Meek Mill. Free Meek Mill. North Philly in the building. Free Meek Mill. Black Power. Pan Africanism.
All right. There you go. I always got the receipts. Don't worry. Let me play you this one of the videos. There's quite a few of them where I've been taking notes where you can tell that his relationship with his mother was problematic, probably from a very early age. And I have a sense that his father was a bully and overly aggressive. And Umar talks about his daddy would whoop on him. But I have a sense that his mama coddled Umar. He was the oldest son. And the attachment is still there to this day. See? Let me play this video for y'all. The audio quality is pretty bad. If I have this inside the document that I'm working on right now, that I'm not going to say that I'm going to complete it, but I've been working on it. It's just so much work. I can edit. I can fix the audio to where it'll sound a lot better. There's a lot of reverb in here, but I have a plug-in that'll help to eliminate some of that reverb. But let me play this for you. Let me know if y'all can hear the audio on this.
Police killing black men down in the streets like dogs, everything. And getting away with it too. Our children have to be taught the art of self-defense. Hell, it means plastic fork, and it's the only thing you got. It means war with your hands without weapon, but we gotta teach our boys how to defend our women and children.
Yeah, that's true.
That's word. I went to a military high school.
Hey, this is the part right here. By the way, he never talks about his brothers or sisters, and I do know that one of the brothers has an extensive criminal record. And not that it's relevant here, but in my research, I found that information. All right, here we go.
I went to a military high school, Scotland School for Veterans Children. How to defend our women and children. That's word. I went to a military high school, Scotland School for Veterans Children, Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, famous from the Civil War. That's where my ancestor Fred Douglass met Jim Brown before the 1859 raid. My father thought I was a mama's boy, so he put me in his white private school. All the kids were black, though, believe it or not, but all the teachers were white. It was apartheid in Pennsylvania.
See, I highly doubt that there was all black people. I highly doubt that. I think he's just saying that because it was more than likely it probably had a large population of white people. But that's his way of kind of making it seem as if it's not, you know. But again, I have a sense that this also fed into his ego. He's being shipped off. His siblings are not. He's special. And he develops this superiority complex. He looks down upon other black people, including the ones that are in public school. And it just wasn't a private school, it was a boarding school. Okay, so he wasn't living in those conditions that his siblings were living in.
Not but all the teachers were white. It was apartheid in Pennsylvania. My father thought I was a mama's boy, so he put me in his white private school. All the kids were black, though, believe it or not, but all the teachers were white. It was apartheid in Pennsylvania.
I highly doubt it.
Kicked me out because I didn't place the flag. So the state had to remind the principal that even though this was a military academy, this is a publicly funded school. And it's against the constitutional law to make a child place the flag. And y'all need to know that. Your child does not have to place the flag. That's law. I think he should probably stand up when they recite it, so he's not stigmatized in the school and labeled and marginalized. But to ask an African boy to put his hand on his heart and pledge his allegiance to his oppressor 180 days a year for 12 consecutive school years, you just made a slave without the whiteness.
All right. Well, Umar, he just be drawing some weird conclusions, don't he? I have other ones too where he mentions these types of things. I want to give an example in terms of Jay Morris. And let me play a little bit of this video. Just see the erraticism. You can also, he's so erratic, but also, and people have, there's a guy who said he has a photographic memory, but again, he's deficient in other areas though too, mentally.
It goes on sale. When the real estate market corrects itself, depreciates, and declines after this pandemic, we can do what Warren Buffett did when he scooped companies pennies.
Oh yeah? Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know anyone who behaves. Well, I don't know anyone in my family behaves like Umar. Jaguar Wright actually reminds me a lot of Umar.
On a dollar. We can do what Bob Church did. We can do what so many others have done, catching distressed sales because they were capital rich. Jay Morrison and the Morrison family ain't got that much capital for the whole community. But together we all can chip in. Think about this. 10,000 of us can invest $1,000 and we have $10 million overnight. 20,000 of us can invest.
He says we, but he ain't putting none of the money in.
$500 and have $10 million of liquid cash overnight that we raised together, and everybody got ownership and leverage my genius, my team's genius and astuteness, our underwriting model, and wait for this real estate market to crash and depreciate, and we can go up and scoop up the real estate together. Now, I'm not guaranteeing a market crash. I can't even predict it. But I can tell you, in a time where the financial markets are as uncertain as this, as a time.
Yeah. I noticed that the self-portrait back there, he looked goofy. I think the Ernestine is on the others next to him on that picture, but he wants to be the king and the prince and all this kind of stuff, just like Umar. And yeah, he had no skin in the game, just like Umar. You said, well, you ain't donate. Umar ain't donated either to the FDMG. So what you talking?
Signs that the market are certain at this. There's a strong likelihood we will see a decline in depreciation in real estate. How much real estate can we all individually go? These escrow agents, these transfer agents, they don't even know. That's what I found. So for everybody else from every other community to go buy up everything, and then all we do is go buy from them and they cash out on us. So the opportunity is we can raise capital together through the first and only and largest black-owned real estate crowdfunding in the history of America, Tulsa Real Estate Fund. Pull our dollars together. Get ready to be well capitalized for what's coming potentially in the market, and be in a better capital position to go to the auctions, to go.
See? Yeah, he may have a photographic memory, but what? I mean, they will do anything to get that money. They'll dress up like they on Black Wall Street, walking on the railroad. I should pull up this other one. Hold on one second. Let me see. This video right here is one of the most important ones dealing with Jay
There's
Morrison.
some common DNA.
Is there enough cash on hand to pre-develop the land for this new development?
Yes, we are not full pre-development, so many phases, right? Mm-hmm. But what we have here going next into our civil gives us enough to be in position for our equity play, for or subdividing the land, getting into infrastructure, right, with subsidies, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So we are well enough in position as we enter our next capital raise round to bring this development to full pre-development phase.
He don't even make any sense if you listen to him. Maybe you shouldn't, because that's how these scammers get people. Is you listen to them, you get confused, and all of a sudden it starts making sense, even though it's all a bunch of bull jive. But if you listen carefully enough, you realize it's all a bunch of bull jive.
Assets that we own and we have development rights to. We developed this, we stabilized Legacy Center, we franchised Legacy Center, we raised more capital to do more private lending that we've done well. We've, on our closed transactions of private lending, we've earned about a 24.9% annualized return.
He says they're going to franchise. That sound familiar? Franchise the Legacy Center, franchise FDMG, but he sold the Legacy Center recently.
On private lending. But the issue is you need more capital to lend. So our plan forward, clearly, for everyone, is to recapitalize the fund. Mm-hmm. So we can do more private lending to our Black developers that we've done in the past, that we've earned about a 24.9% IRR on. Develop this micro city, Black Wall Street in real life, right here in Atlanta, for us. Stabilize this so we stop our cash burn and then duplicate the model into future.
It makes no sense. He's saying this, way after the fund has been pretty much depleted. See? And he's really what he's trying to re-up on, getting more money so they can get the development going on. But the whole thing is a scam anyway, because he took the investors' money to buy the land in the first place and then flip it so that it goes into his name and then gives them development rights, but they got to pay for it in order to get the development going on. This guy.
I want to, our vision is 20 Black houses, 20 legacy centers in the next 5 to 7 years, franchised out in 250 years, 215 years all around the world. That's the path forward, clear and plain.
What the 200? You're going to be dead, Tommy. What are you talking
Next
about?
question, please.
Yeah, I have a
developed 150 acres in
everybody that's out here now. We got other properties. One of my concerns, I want to know, all of this.
Too much family business, and I'm sure online they'll twist it and say I'm tugging on your heartstrings and being emotional. I'm being factual here. It's hard as a man when my wife got to cry again. But you got to cry again about somebody talking about her and her reputation and her friends, and she's in a text group and they're snickering.
Well, you shouldn't be in scamming, and she shouldn't have participated in it. Again, I'd lay off the women, but she knew what was going on. Ernestine or whatever her name is, she knew what the deal was. Anyway, this video right here is one of the most important videos you can view dealing with Jay Morrison. And there is one other video that's really, really important that I hope to get to at some point. And that is, let's see, Jay Morrison virtual tool. Oh, this one right here. Oh, wait, I already have. Okay, hold on one second. Let me pull it up.
Thank you guys for just entertaining us and giving a little shout out from California. We won a judgment for over 5.
Look at he has a list too here. He had another video, but if you go back further enough, he didn't have this list. I don't know what's going on with him.
$100,000 that we will be awarded. We have to go after him for the proceeds and the damages. Well, we were awarded by Georgia State Court over $500,000 of damages, including our attorney fees, capital he was supposed to have been repaid us, etc. And so that's another legal pursuit that we have. But again, nonetheless, it's something we now got to put to bed, and we have the winning side of that litigation. And so that's another thing that transpired since our last meeting.
These are all excuses.
So we can talk more about that, and that'll be also published in our financials as well. Who support us and let's see. I'll start. What is the current enterprise value of the fund and the company? We don't have that specific number, and we don't publicize that number until it comes out in our audits. I'm a little more.
I know that one was wild.
22 years. So I understand the ebbs and flows of businesses.
Yeah, the video with Tony the Closer and Jay Morrison, that was a wild one. I could play it, but it's just there's too much cursing and yelling. But you're right, Iceman Pal. That's all because he got Tony the Closer for $100,000. Yeah, but see, back then there was a lot of people that was around. Boyce Walken was around a lot more dealing with Jay Morrison too. But see, Jay Morrison, he had actually built up a large following, and it was the optics part of it. They would dress in suits and they would rent out mansions, or they rent out a facility that looks high-class facility, and they would have galas and this type of thing. But it was designed to pull more and more people in. See, but he with the wrong one when he did that to Tony the Closer. Because he got, from what I remember, he got Tony the Closer for $100,000, if my memory serves me right. And Tony the Closer don't play. But back then there was a lot of people that were around Jay Morrison. But these days he's pretty much by himself. You don't see him around people. He's gone ghost on most of the social media. He rarely brings up Treff. But see, that's similar to Umar, same thing. You rarely hear him talking about FDMG like he used to, at least. He used to talk about, he was so happy when he first got those billions. He'd be live streaming, talking all this shit. Yeah, you haters. And here we are 5.5 years later. He rarely even brings it up. And then when people bring it up, he gets all somber and sad. Well, same thing with Jay Morrison. Yeah. But I know the video you're talking about. I have it. I absolutely have it. I got quite a few videos of Jay Morrison related videos, and that was an important one. But the thing I wanted people to notice is just
businesses where I literally had $0 and had to pawn a diamond chain to pay my payroll and take on a 72% payday loan where you pay back daily interest to a super hard money lender, and I pay 72%.
Why would you do that? And if you raise $11.7 million, why would you have to do that? See,
2% interest. And that company became a multi-million-dollar company when it was flat broke, and I had to pawn jewelry to pay payroll. So I understand that's not where we're at. I'm not insinuating that's where we're at. That's not where we're at. But what I'm saying is I understand business. I understand that I've looked at Bridgewater. If you guys look up.
When I visited Legacy House, I asked him what was this building for, and I never got a clear answer. Unlike the trap banners, the Legacy House looked really nice. Yeah, KK, it was his kicking spot. Jay Morrison has always been about the optics and wanting to be bling bling. He even stated that he had a deep-seated hatred for poverty because he grew up in poverty. But see, that's not the proper approach to life. It's just because you have a hatred for being in poverty, and you're going to do what's going to happen? You're going to do anything to not be in poverty, including things that are illegal. It's one thing to hate it. It's one thing to say, okay, I've been through that, and I've been there myself. And I've been through that, but I'm going to keep progressing in life. I'm going to be progressive. And I'm going to move beyond that. That's one way of approaching it. But with Jay Morrison, he never wants to be poor again. He has a hatred. He said it. He hated being poor. Okay, but see that hatred, if you're fueled by hatred, it leads you to the dark side. You're going to do everything in your power to not be in poverty. But see, the thing is that his whole approach has been criminal minded, and he has a criminal record to show that. But what ends up happening is no amount of money is ever going to be enough, because you're not trying to become rich per se. You're just trying not to be poor. And so no amount of money is ever going to be enough.
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. This is King Leo himself, the Lion of Pan-Africanism, Prince of Pan-Africanism. I'm out of Instagram jail on my solar return, brothers and sisters. I am out of Instagram jail on my solar return, brothers and sisters. The ancestors have freed me from Instagram jail, brothers and sisters. It's your big brother King Kong consciousness. It's your big brother King Kong consciousness, the notorious RBG, and I have been freed from Instagram jail on my solar return. I have been freed from Instagram jail on the anniversary of the Haitian Revolution. Where are my Haitian Africans at? Where are my Haitian Africans at? I want my Haitian Africans to make some noise today on August the 21st. I said I want my Haitian Africans to make some noise today on August the 21st. I want my Haitian Africans and all my revolutionary Pan-Africanists to make some noise on the anniversary of the Haitian Revolution. Let us remember General Toussaint L'Ouverture. Let us remember Emperor Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Let us remember Christophe and Makandao and Boukman and Cecil Fatiman. We salute the Haitian family today. We salute the Haitian Revolution that is the birth of Pan-Africanism in a military sense. We celebrate Nat Turner today. Oh, yes. We are celebrating the greatest revolutionary to walk on American soil, the prophet Nat Turner. Oh, yes. We celebrate George Jackson, Soledad brother, on August the 21st, 1971, the most most revolutionary day of the most revolutionary month, George Jackson, Soledad brother, rose up against the mass incarceration complex and declared war. He was martyred on this day. Nat Turner's war began on this day. The Haitian Revolution began on this day. Black Jesus the Christ of Ethiopia, the black Jesus that most people worship across the world, he was born on this day, not December the 25th, August the 21st. Queen Mother Fannie Lou Hamer showed up at the Democratic National Convention in Atlantic City, New Jersey, to tell her story of racism against Mississippi Africans, which culminated in the passage of the historic 1965 Voting Rights Act. Fannie Lou Hamer showed up in New Jersey this day. Emmett Till.
Yeah, boy. He right, Iceman Vamp. He looking bad too. All sweaty. I apologize that my battery ran out. I didn't check the chat room. I was running my mouth. I'm so sorry. Or my God, everybody else. I was running my mouth on Jay Morrison. I was going off too. I was giving a whole rundown. All right, here we go.
Emmett Till, who was the martyr and the black Christ of the civil rights movement, he showed up in Money, Mississippi on this day, August the 21st. And of course, you know, the Prince of Pan Africanism, King Kong consciousness, the notorious RBG, RB Jesus, the #1 Pan-Africanist in the world, the #1 black activist in the world, the #1 black scholar in the world, the #1 school psychologist of all time, the #1 orator of the 21st century. I salute my mother, Queen Mother Barbara, for bringing me from the land of the ancestors to the planet Earth on this day. I said, I salute my mother, Queen Mother Barbara, for pushing me out in the ghettos of North Philadelphia at Episcopal Hospital at being Lehigh. Salute Queen Mother Barbara, who taught me to serve the people. Queen Mother Barbara, who gave me a heart of compassion to fight for the people. This is her birthday, but this is my Earth Day. It is my mother's birthday.
He don't say nothing about his daddy.
But it is my Earth Day. I said it is my mother's birthday, but it is my Earth Day. So I salute my Queen Mother Barbara, my mother who I love so much, who brought me into the world in the ghettos of North Central Philadelphia, destined to be the greatest Pan-Africanist of the first half of the 20th season, first half of the 21st century. Brothers and sisters, this is the last day of Leo season. I want all my Leos to make some noise. Tomorrow at 10:55 a.m., we pass the baton to the Virgo family. Where all my Leos at? Where all my Leos at? Make some noise, Leo. This is our last day. This is our last day, brothers and sisters. And I don't want you to spend it partying. I want you to spend it praying, meditating. I want you to spend it in spiritual study. I want you to spend it in revolutionary strategy. I want you to spend it thinking deeply about the problems of African people so we can liberate ourselves. This is the last day of Leo season, the last night of Leo season until we meet again next year. When we meet again next year, I promise you the doors of FDMG will be open. I'm hoping the doors of FDMG will be open by the end of this year, brothers and sisters. That's what I'm looking.
He always lying. He lies so much, it's incredible to me. Now it's the end of this year. He already pushed it. He said it's going to be next year in 2025, August of 2025. It's supposed to be September of this year. But now he's saying then he said it's going to be next year. Now he's saying by the end of this year. Well, what are you going to do? You going to start classes in December? Umar's not even up there. He's traveling all over the place. Look, he's in a rental car right now. Probably about to get on a flight, or he just got off a flight. Here we go. The same thing over and over again, year after year.
But I'm certain the doors will be open this time next year. If you want to celebrate me, celebrate my mother. If you want to celebrate.
Now you're going to use your mama to get cash apps and gifts and donations. and PayPal and P.O. Box.
Nat Turner, if you want to celebrate Emmett Till, Fannie Lou Hamer, George Jackson, the Haitian Revolution, or the Frederick Douglass Fugitive Slave Convention, it all happened on August the 21st. Hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. That's the birthday gift. Hit the Cash App.
Hit the one. Didn't I call it? Every time. Every time. On my mama. On my mama.
$FDMG School. That's the birthday gift. Hit the Cash App. $FDMG School. That's the birthday gift. International Africans, hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. This is my day. This is the Haitian.
There you go.
Revolution Day. Brothers, we must stay focused, brothers.
Stay focused.
We must absolutely stay focused on this final day of Leo season. Lord have mercy. Brothers, stay focused. This is the day of the Haitian Revolution. This is the day of the Nat Turner War. This is the day of the George Jackson War. This is the day Emmett Till showed up in Mississippi. This is the day Fannie Lou Hamer showed up in Atlantic City, New Jersey at the Democratic National Convention. This is the day of the Fugitive Slave Convention. This is the day that my mother, Queen Mother Barbara, birthed the Prince of Pan Africanism in the streets of North Philadelphia. You said, how old am I? I'm 40 years for the rest of my life. That is my permanent, eternal Earth Day.
I think he's 50.
Ancestors told me that I'm 40 years old for the rest of my life. So don't ask me how old I am. I am 40 years old for the rest of my life. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. Y'all said I'm sweating. There's melanin drip. There's melanin drip, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. Under the Leo sun, the final day of the Leo sun. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters.
He's sweating like a pig.
Oh, yes. The final day under the Leo sun. I'm feeling marvelous on my solar return. Ladies, please behave with the birthday pics. Y'all was a little out of hand this morning.
See, he actually does that because he wants them to send nudes. And he's been doing that since at least 2000. I think the videos I saw, he was doing that in 2012. Maybe, yeah, 2012. So that's a psychological tool of manipulation. He'll say, don't send me these inappropriate pictures, but that's exactly what he wants them to send.
Ladies, please behave with the birthday pics. Y'all was a little out of hand this morning. I love Cinnabons, but I can't deal with that many Cinnabons. That was too many Cinnabons for me to wake up to this morning. Black queens, I need you to relax and focus on the revolution. It is revolution over romance. It is politics over the punani. It is institutions over intimacy. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. It is black power before the bedroom. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. I'm going to deal with Steve Harvey when I get a little bit of time. Shout out to my big brother, Steve Harvey. It's all love, brother Steve, but we got to deal with some of your comments. Oh, yes, brother Steve Harvey. I got to get back at you, my brother. We're going to deal with that a little later. But right now, family, I'm headed over to the Nat Turner celebration. My melanin is dripping. The black gold is dripping. The caramel is dripping. You feel me? The dark walnut is
caramel. Here we go.
Dripping, you understand? The medium fudge is dripping, brothers and sisters. It's my day. Toussaint L'Ouverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Bookman, Cecil Fatiman, Christophe, Macandal, all the soldiers of the Haitian Revolution. Nat Turner, Henry, Hark, Nelson, Sam, Jack, Will, Cherry, the Nat Turner Army. Oh, yeah. George Jackson and Jonathan Jackson. It's a Black August celebration.
Yeah, he said medium fudge. I never heard him say that. Look at this guy. Yeah, but he won't be. That's it. He has real serious issues with skin color. He does. It's really not that big of a deal, but to him, it's a huge issue. He said medium fudge.
Oh, yes, Queen Mother Fannie Lou Hamer on this day showed up to show out. Emmett Till on this day showed up to show out. Our runaway ancestors at the request of my cousin Frederick Douglass showed up on this day to show out. Oh, yes, I wore orange and red for Leo today. Oh, yes, I'm a Leo to the bone. The lion of Pan Africanism, just like His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, just like Emperor Menelik II, just like the Right Excellent Most Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, just like Edward Wilmot Blyden, just like Anna Julia Cooper, the Queen Mother of Pan Africanism. Where my Leos at? Make some noise. Where my Leos at? Make some noise. We are rocking all the way till 10:55 in the morning when we pass the baton to the Virgo family. Virgo family, make some noise. Virgo family, make some noise. Virgo family, make some noise. And when we're done with the Virgos, we're going to pass the baton to the Libra family. The Libra family, make some noise. My Pan-African Libra family. I have a Libra moon, brothers and sisters. I have a Libra moon. And then after the Libras, we pass it to the Scorpio. Scorpio family, make some noise. I have a Scorpio rising, brothers and sisters. I have a Scorpio rising. So I celebrate Leo. I celebrate Virgo. I celebrate Libra. And I celebrate Scorpio, because I am a Leo sun, a Virgo cusp, a Libra moon, and a Scorpio rising. I said I am a Leo sun, a Virgo cusp, a Libra moon, and a Scorpio rising. I said I am a Leo sun, a Virgo cusp, a Libra moon, and a Scorpio rising. So I'm rocking all the way through November. I'm rocking all the way through November. You want to marry a man like King Kong consciousness? Or are you extra 5, super thick in the thighs? Is your hair natural? Are you conscious?
There you go.
Lord have mercy. We're going to stay focused in this parking lot in Nat Turner land. We're going to stay focused in this parking lot in Nat Turner land today, brothers and sisters. We're going to stay focused in this parking lot in Nat Turner land because I'm here to celebrate. I'm here to celebrate the greatest revolution to ever walk, the greatest revolution on American soil. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. If you need to reach me, 215-989-9858. Don't call me, but you can text me. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. This is your brother from Ground Zero, Nat Turner Land, Southern Virginia, and Capron, Virginia. The program starts at 3 o'clock. Come on down, Virginia. Come on down, D.C. Come on down, Maryland. Come on up, Virginia. Come on up, brothers and sisters, at 3 o'clock. They on tour right now. I didn't take the tour. They on tour right now. I didn't take the tour. They on the Nat Turner tour, but I'm going to pull up at 3 o'clock for the program. I'm going to pull up at 3 o'clock for the program. If we're going to be there till 7 o'clock. So if you can get down here from 3 to 7 to celebrate Nat Turner, please do so. Please do so. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes, I thank my mother for bringing me into the world on this day. I thank the ancestors. I thank Eshu for opening up the path. Oh, Goon for clearing the way. Oh, Chosi for finding the mark. Oh, yes, I am my ancestors, and my ancestors are me. I am my ancestors, and my ancestors are me. I am my ancestors. My ancestors are me. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the PayPal, PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters, the most revolutionary day of the most revolutionary month. I said the most revolutionary day of the most revolutionary month. I said the most revolutionary day of the most revolutionary month. This is your brother King Kong signing off from the Nat Turner Army in Capron, Virginia. I love you, my supporters, my donors, my ride-or-die queens, my ride-or-die unapologetically African anti-snow bunny alpha males. I want you to stand tall. All my unapologetically African anti-snow bunny alpha males. I am jail.
I'm sorry, something wrong with this guy.
Revolution on American soil. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. If you need to reach me, 215 to celebrate Nat Turner, please do so. Please do so. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes, I thank my mother for bringing me into the world. Capron, Virginia. I love you, my supporters, my donors, my ride or die.
Yeah, is this the yeah, this is down in Virginia. Is he talking about the what do they call this? The Nat Turner Day? Is that what he's talking about?
My queens, my ride or die, unapologetically African, anti-snow bunny, alpha males. I want you to stand tall. All my unapologetically African, anti-snow bunny, alpha males. I said all my unapologetically African, anti-snow bunny, alpha males. You said you want to bless me with a birthday donation personally? You said you want to bless me with a birthday donation personally? Well, if you want a personal donation, you can hit my personal Apple Pay, Zelle, and Venmo using my cell number. I'd rather it go to FDMG, but if you insist on sending me a personal donation, you can use my cell phone number to donate to me personally. Apple Pay, Zelle, and Venmo. 215-989-9858. My personal PayPal is Umar the Psychologist. My personal PayPal is Umar the Psychologist, but I prefer you make the donation $ FDMG School on Cash App. I do not have a personal Cash App. I do not have a personal Cash App. $ FDMG. Of course I'm sweating. It's Leo season and I'm bringing a fire. I'm supposed to sweat, damn it. I'm sweating for my people. I work hard. I need you, brother, to stop worrying about the sweat running down another man's face. We need some testosterone shots. See, this is why the sisters ain't giving y'all no peach cobbler. This is why a lot of you ninjas don't get any peach cobbler. Sisters, keep your peach cobbler to yourself. Sisters, keep your peach cobbler to yourself, because these you got too many beta males. They don't deserve the peach cobbler. They don't deserve to smell it. They don't deserve to kiss it. They don't deserve to touch it, taste it. Keep your peach cobbler to yourself, my African queens. If you don't find a alpha male, you hold on to your peach cobbler.
Yeah. That's a new one, Peach Goblin, but he said it can't sniff it and all this other stuff. I said, man, this is y'all's principle. Yeah, not a cookie, but a cobbler. That's what he said. It sure did, just like that. Just I don't know what Derek said. I'm about to go to the bakery. That's what he's saying, MD. He said the black woman, they got peach cobbler. So, oh, wow. Wow. I ain't never heard him say that. Umar, he crazy. Yeah, he got 6 degrees. The RBG. He got an RBG cobbler. Thanks for switch at him. He got an RBG cobbler. That's what he's looking for, family. Let's go. Yeah, don't do the sweet potato pie. That's my favorite. All right. You are crazy. You are just ruining everything. Here we go.
FDMG. Of course I'm sweating. It's Leo season and I'm bringing a fire. I'm supposed to sweat, damn it. I'm sweating for my people. I work hard. I need you, brother, to stop worrying about the sweat running down another man's face. We need some testosterone shots. See, this is why the sisters ain't giving y'all no peach cobbler. This is why a lot of you ninjas don't get any peach cobbler. Sisters, keep your peach cobbler to yourself. Sisters, Keep your peach cobbler to yourself, because these you got too many beta males. They don't deserve the peach cobbler. They don't deserve to smell it. They don't deserve to kiss it. They don't deserve to touch it, taste it. Keep your peach cobbler to yourself, my African queens. If you don't find a alpha male, you hold on to your peach cobbler. You hold on to your peach cobbler. We got too many beta males. We got men worrying about other men sweating. We got men worrying about other men sweating. We need some testosterone tablets. We need long live.
Hey, to be real, a lot of us, we cobbler gobblers. Man, let's be honest and real about it. A lot of hey, I ain't gonna hold y'all. A lot of us. All right. All right. Whew, we must stay focused. We must stay focused. God made it that way. You know what I'm saying? God do it. God do what he was doing, family. All you men. y'all gonna be cobbler gobblers. All right, let's get back to it. Boy, it is. Yeah. It is crazy. Ava said, what about cobbler from the peach cobbler factory? All right. Whew, my stomach hurts. Oh. Who said cobbler gobbler? You crazy. Thanks, MJ. Okay, let's finish this up so we can close this out. Wow. Boy, this is wild. More crazy.
Dr. Sabi, long live La Isla Africa. We need some testosterone shots. Somebody get Queen Mother Afua on the phone. Can Queen Mother Afua come up with some testosterone shots? Because these beta males is at an all-time low. These beta males is at an all-time low. These beta males, they said the snow bunnies is draining all their African testosterone. She said the snow bunnies are draining all of their African testosterone. She said the snow bunnies are draining all of their African testosterone.
What is he
Don't you give
about?
away your peach cobbler. You hold that peach cobbler. Put it in the freezer. Oh, yes. Keep it in the microwave. You keep that peach cobbler. Oh, yes. You keep that peach cobbler. You hold on to that peach cobbler, my beautiful African queen. You hold on to that peach cobbler. And if he want a bunny hop, he don't get no peach cobbler. No peach cobbler for the oh, no. No peach cobbler. You tell him to go get some warm rice milk. Tell him to go get some warm white rice milk. Tell him to go get some stale, sour white rice milk, but he can have no peach cobbler. Oh, no. You don't get none of that brown. Oh, no. You don't get none of that brown peach cobbler. You don't get none of that brown peach cobbler. Oh, no. Leo season, 8-1. I'm in my zone. Haitian Revolution, George Jackson, Nat Turner, Fugitive Slave Convention, Fannie Lou Hamer, Emmett Till. It's the prince of Pan Africanism.
This guy, he been turning the heat down. Look at him. This is y'all's principal. He gonna open up the school for black boys, talking about peach cobbler. This guy's something wrong with him.
Black August will end in Chicago, Illinois. Black August will end on Chicago, Illinois. Black August will end. Where my Chicago Africans, y'all better be holding down that Democratic National Convention. My Chicago Africans, y'all better have showed up and showed out at the Democratic National Convention. I don't hear no excuses, Chicago Africans. My Illinois.
Yeah, but Desiree, he actually associates sex with desserts. And he associates the vajayjay, the women's private parts, with desserts. See, sex, food, money, and power. That's Umar. Sex, money. You can put food and sex together because he associates both of them together. Food, sex, money, power. And turn the heat down. Okay. So all of these different euphemisms that he used for vagina, it's really it's always a treat. It's always sugar. It's always it's a pastry, it's a cookie, it's a Cinnabon. He's objectifying women too. He's reducing them to their body parts, but he's objectifying them in that way. But then he associates different treats and food with their body parts. You have to be a disturbed individual, and I don't mean to go here, but when he says, you women, you want some icing on your Cinnabons. Cinnabons is the backside. Y'all want to take a guess what the icing is? He's a twisted person, a twisted individual. So he associates both, and yeah, he's addicted. He has quite a few addictions. I used to talk about this years ago. He has quite a few addictions, and we got to throw gambling in there too. Turn the heat down, food, sex, gambling. Who talks like this? And then he has all these different flavors. The flavors is really, it's a euphemism for the cookie, which is the vagina, but the flavor has to do with the skin color. So if you have lighter skin, you have your pina colada. If you have darker skin, then you're hot fudge. And then everything in the middle. So it's really twisted. I've never seen anyone with this type of depravity and pathology. I've never seen anyone online or in the real world like this. And yet people somehow believe that he's the person going to open up a school. Look at him. Yeah, but see, the thing is, MJ, he disrespects everybody. Marcus Garvey, Frederick Douglass, all the different people he names, and he's naming them, but then look how he behaves. It's disrespectful, but he don't care. See, I noticed this about Umar a long time ago, that he has no respect for the living and he has no respect for the dead. The difference is that the dead can't speak on their behalf, so he can go to the grave sites. He can live stream at these people's grave sites. He's not related to them or anything. I mean, I've seen him do stuff like pour libations on these grave sites to people that he don't even know. He never knew. The families of these people don't even know him. I mean, MJ, can you imagine one of your aunts, someone who's passed away in your family, someone that you knew and loved, and you happen to go online and Umar's live streaming, and he happens to be at your loved one's gravesite, and he's up there yelling and screaming and pouring libations, and in some cases tapping on the headstone. I've seen him do that kind of stuff too. I've seen him leaning up against the Frederick Douglass headstone. It's actually quite large, and he's just leaning up against it talking. I mean, how would you feel about that? He has no respect. See, people have to be careful about individuals who lack levels of respect for other human beings. And Umar has no respect for anyone else. I mean, he don't even have respect for himself, to be quite honest, because he wouldn't be behaving like this if he did. See, no man who has any level of self-respect is going to behave like Umar. Think about it. Now, it's one thing if, let's say, if you're goofing off, because I goof off, but I'm not going to be in the car talking about women and these ways, reducing them to peach cobbler. I'm not going to do that. That's so far beyond the scope. He has no respect for anyone. But the dead, he don't give a shit, because the dead can't speak for themselves. He don't give a shit. So he'll bring up Emmett Till. He'll bring up Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, anyone. It could be leaders, or it could be someone who's suffered because of racism and died. He'll bring those people up. But then if you look at how he acts, it goes to show he has no respect for anyone. He just brings them up because he wants to be associated with them. See, it's his birthday, so he's bringing up all these other people. Ain't got nothing to do with him. But if he brings these people up on his birthday and it's his big day, then okay, now they're associated with him. So people on the outside looking at this as father, it's like, oh yeah, he's great like they are. No, Umar's just a bum. He's a literal bum that has a cell phone and internet access and knows how to live stream. That's it. You take the cell phone away, you take his ability to get on the internet, and he will be living out there on the corner in a cardboard box. But you're absolutely right. He don't have no respect for anybody, including himself. Look at him. Look at how he behaves.
Illinois family, my Illinois family, y'all better have showed up and showed out at that Democratic National Convention. I will be with you for Fred Hampton's birthday. I will be with you for Chairman Fred Hampton's birthday, August the 30th. I will be with you for Chairman Fred Hampton's birthday on August the 30th. That's the same day that General Gabriel Prosser led what was up until then the largest slave revolt in American history in Richmond, Virginia, where my
Kamala Harris and Senator Booker tried to pass the no lynching bill, and Ron Paul shut it down. Yeah, I think someone had mentioned that before. If it's true, Umar, he probably wouldn't mention that. Yeah, he don't have any respect for anyone. Now he will bring up the Lord. He'll also bring up Ephah. He'll bring up he doesn't do that as much as he used to, but I have a video where and it's not that far, it's not that old, where he says I'm a raised Muslim, I'm a Muslim. He'll bring up voodoo. Anything he can bring up, he'll bring it up just to associate with. So if there's a demographic of the population that he's speaking to, he knows that they're Christian. He'll bring up Christianity, and he'll talk in a positive way. He'll bring up Christ. You know, but if you put Umar, with people who practice voodoo, that's what he'll be talking about. Or Africa, he calls it African spirituality, whatever it is. He'll if he's in a room and he's over in Ghana or somewhere, he'd bring up Ephah. So he'll pick and choose, but at the end of the day, he'll disrespect all of them. I mean, if he really believed in Ephah, because Ephah is not just about divination and about these quote unquote deities. It's about aspects of nature. But there's also a component of seeking to live a more righteous life. But he don't hear him talk about that. Most religions, that's what they promote, is trying to do better in life and being a better person. But he doesn't bring any of that up. See, he reduces it down to like these, it's almost like these cartoonish characters that he calls upon. But people who are true followers and believers of Ephah, they'll find that to be disrespectful. But see, Umar, he'll disrespect anything. He don't care. Christianity, Ephah, Islam, it doesn't make any difference. He has no respect for anyone else, anything else. He don't even have respect for himself. He just doesn't care. And it doesn't even register. He has no self-awareness.
Richmond, Virginia Africans at August the 30th, y'all need to be at the old African burial ground. Where my Richmond Africans at? On August the 30th, we need to all be at the African burial ground in Richmond to pay respect.
See, again, burial grounds. See, where does he keep all of his belongings? At his mama's house? I'm sure he probably still has a lot of things at his mama's residence, but he just can't stay there anymore. He was in that closet, but I'm sure he just leaves stuff over there. He probably has a store. He may even have a storage unit. When Tariq Nasheed first started dealing with Umar, he was surprised because Umar didn't have an office. He was in like a storage unit. You guys know that? Tariq Nasheed, he talked about that. Umar probably also has women that he leaves stuff over at their house. That's Umar. The other thing is that he's a background, so he takes a lot of stuff with him. You know, the one of the ladies that dealt with him when he went to China, she was amazed at how much luggage he brought. So he wasn't even supposed to be there that long. But if you don't have a place to stay, you're always going to have a whole bunch of luggage. He just happened to be in China for a while. Then after that, when he come back to the States, he's trying to get on the next flight to get to another place. So, you know, he probably keeps a lot of his stuff in whatever hotel, motel room he's staying in for whatever time. And then he just rents cars. Yeah, it's crazy. How do you raise millions of dollars and that's your lifestyle? All right, let's finish this up. Here we go.
Respect to General Gabriel Prosser, who organized thousands of Africans from Richmond to Norfolk to fight for black liberation, but he was snitched out by two coons. Gabriel Prosser was snitched out by two coons. Gabriel Prosser was snitched out by two coons, but we living for Gabriel Prosser. We celebrate Gabriel Prosser in Fred Hampton on the same day. We celebrate Gabriel Prosser in Fred Hampton on the same day. We celebrate General Gabriel Prosser of the Richmond Slave Revolt of 1800, and we celebrate Chairman Fred Hampton of the Black Panther Party on the same day. Oh yes, you know how to reach me. 215-989-9858. 215-989. They let me out of Instagram jail on my solar return. The ancestors must have told Mark Zuckerberg. The ancestors must have told Mark Zuckerberg. The ancestors must have told Mark Zuckerberg, you better let King Kong out on his birthday. You better let him go. Steve Harvey, I'm gonna get at you, my elder. Steve Harvey, I'm gonna get at you, big homie. Steve Harvey, I'm gonna get at you, big homie. But right now, we celebrating the revolutions. Peace and Pan Africanism.
All right. That's the most recent Umar Johnson video on Instagram. Let me just check one more time. Now, he is talking about Nat Turner land and Nat Turner, but they're scammers down there too. You guys want me to just break that down for y'all before we get up out of here? Because this is something someone sent me years ago. In fact, it was back in 2020, over 4 years ago. I just been sitting on. Let me read something to you all. He's down there in Nat Turner land, right? I'm not going to say any names either, except Umar. Said, good morning. Let me start by saying you did a phenomenal job on the documentary. There was one brother featured that caught my attention, so I wanted to share my experience. In 2015, my husband and I were introduced to a man named. This person owns 123 acres of land and his house sits on 23. We had originally agreed to purchase land by making monthly installments. We had discussed purchasing 30 acres, but later agreed upon 10. After paying for our first acre and a half, we found out that the land was caught up in a bankruptcy case and he was unable to sell the land. We remained in communication with him However, we did cease payment. We advised this person that we would like to receive a deed for the acre and a half that was paid for before we continued payment on the remaining acreage. This person did provide a deed for the acreage, paid for a sign of good faith, since he had failed to initially inform us of the bankruptcy, and we would then proceed with paying for the remainder of the 10, talking about 10 acres. During the bankruptcy process, we made several trips to visit the land, staying weekends at a time with our children. We even met it with surveyors and picked the portion of land desired. After the bankruptcy, we tried to get the deed we were promised, but we were informed that he still could not sell the land because it was heir land, meaning like an heir, not A-I-R, but H-E-I-R. This person then offered us a 100-year lease. Over the years, he has periodically contacted us. 1 minute he's going to send the money back, then he's going to draw up the deed, etc. But he has not delivered on anything promised. When I saw Umar promoting Nat Turner's land a couple of years back, I immediately knew he was working with this person. I sent him a message on IG letting him know what we had paid on the same land and had received nothing. I was later blocked. So I assumed they were scamming people together. After watching your documentary, I am confident that the brother speaking about his uncle offering a 100-year lease is in fact this person. I believe he pitches the same land to multiple people and has them make payments with no intentions of delivering. It looks like him and Umar were probably trying to scam each other. And they provided me with pictures and everything. And I replied, thank you for sending this information. I have seen Umar promoting Nat Turner land for many years now. Can I ask what city and state were the acres located? And I said I could do a little bit more research. And they gave me the location. They said that they're not sure when the bankruptcy ended, but it was confirmed that it was over by an attorney. We just didn't hire them because they wanted to charge by the hour. And with us living out of state, we didn't want to get robbed again. And then I checked my source and the land. Okay, that's something else. They said he called a few months ago saying he would send it, meaning the money, but we received nothing. I think we may just file pro se since we have records of payments, text, audio, etc. Like I said, he's never denied us paying him. He just continues to stall on delivery. Okay. That's the thing with Umar. He's actually affiliated with quite a few scammers. There was this one guy, I think he was out of Detroit, that he used to be on Umar. Umar used to be on his show consistently. I can't remember the guy's name. But I remember one time he was on there and he was mad that I did videos on Umar. They even mentioned my name and everything. Come to find out, this guy, he changed his name, but one of the reasons why he changed his name is because he has an extensive criminal record. I can't remember the guy's name, but I believe he was out of Detroit. And Umar was affiliated with him for a long time, but then there at a certain point you stop seeing Umar go up there to go be on his radio show. It looked like it was public access. Okay, and I'm not talking about the one guy that had the table that was covered with this cheetah cloth, whatever. Not that guy. That guy passed away. That's another guy. I just can't remember his name right now. Yeah, I know. Yeah, an unfulfilled promise is nothing more than a lie. And so Umar, he's done that, and then the person that this family was dealing with allegedly, and it all checked out though, because they sent me pictures and everything. It's sad. They got them for some money too. But it is what it is. You know, that's why you Umar Johnson followers, you got to be careful. I mean, you can follow Umar all you want to, but he's a disturbed individual, and not only is he a scammer, but he associates with other scammers too. And scammers, they will work together. You know, even with Jay Morrison, Boyce Watkins promoting him, that was a problem. See, and he didn't want to hold himself accountable for that, but he actually brought a lot of people into the fold for Jay Morrison, and then he ended up having a little office space up there in the Black House, so he got some benefit off of it. But then all these other people, they out. I mean, some of these people, one of the people they sent in contributed $40,000. This is gone, just like that. Julian Gordon. See, you got to be careful about these individuals. One last thing I want to show before we close out, and this will be it. I just want to replay this for people if you didn't see yesterday's live stream, just to show how Umar Johnson, he is so emotionally unstable.
Is the status are idol worshipers. He did almost 5. And one of my gripes with the black church at the finish line, floors and doors, and floors 5 of those 15. I want to give it a fresh look. So I want fresh doors. We got another paint job. Too much with each other, too much competition, too much ego, too much trying to outdo. The 5 of us should not be competing with each other. The 5 of us should be collaborating with each other to build and invest together. Black men need each other because, let's just be honest, we are the #1 threat to the global white power structure. Not Al-Qaeda, right? Not Russia, not the Taliban. Black men have always been the threat, always been the threat. So if we can just come together, stop fighting each other, and fight together with each other against our true enemies, we would be unstoppable. The African people are waiting for black men to collaborate. We got to get there.
Next question. What is the status of the school?
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey. What is the status of the school? Well, tomorrow morning, I got to meet with a door contractor. I want to get some new doors. The doors we got are good. You know, they're secure, but they're old. And since the school is 15 years old, physically the school is 15 years old. We've had it for 5 of those 15. I want to give it a fresh look. So I want fresh doors. We got another paint job, another layer of paint. We got some floors to cover up. Once we cover up the floors, put that other layer of paint, it's time for inspection. We're at the finish line. So I hope to be applying for the inspection before summer ends. And some might say, why not next week? Something always comes up every time you're at the finish line. Something always comes. Some little fix this, fix.
No, it wasn't Father David. Anybody remember the guy that I'm talking about? Because I actually looked into his information. He had an extensive, and he had a different name. He changed his name. He used to sell like these big jugs of water or something like that. I can't remember. Anyone in the chat room, if you remember who I'm talking about, if you can type his name in there, I'd appreciate it.
This, but we right there, so my thing is, let's get the building permitted before the end of the summer so we can have a grand opening probably for Kwanzaa. But we gonna
a grand opening for Kwanzaa. Here's this guy, even though he pushed the date back to 2025 of next year. Now he's saying Kwanzaa of 2024. Shout out to Mama Oya for busting Omar. Yeah, Umar was in jail. Mama Oya said, I'm gonna bust you out. Thanks, Tata. Umar, he would be in jail trying to get, anyway, let me stop. Here we go.
Start educating the children next summer, though, because we need time to get ready. We can't do it that fast.
Sure.
But we right there. We dancing around the finish line. And, people always ask me, so what's going to be the date? I can't give a date. I've had like 6 dates, and I violate every date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, you've had 13 dates.
One thing this has taught me, when you institution building, don't give out no dates till the institution done. The biggest mistake I made was I thought I could predict. Nah. Wait till you completely done and then give out a date. But we right there at the finish line. Floors and doors, and floors, walls, and doors, and we done.
Before you move on from the school, quickly, what's going to be your role? Because I know that you're all over the world. You're speaking to many people.
I'm going to be the principal.
Okay, so you're actually going to be there?
I won't be able to travel as much. Yeah, I'm physically there. Because you got to remember, we're going to be tuition based.
Yeah.
You know, and so when people send their children to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, they're assuming that they're going to get to experience Dr. Umar in the flesh.
Yeah.
So if I'm not there, number one, that's dangerous because I'm not sure my teachers are teaching. You follow me?
Yep.
And number two, they don't really get the Ifa Tunde experience, right? So I'm going to be the principal, and I'm also going to be the history teacher.
And is that going to be your plan for like a long time, or are you going to kind of do that? And
As
then
schools come, as we get more schools, I'm going to have to fall back, and I'm going to be more of a superintendent than the principal. You follow?
Yeah. I thought about that too. You are dreaming right now. He did. He just gave a date, didn't he? He did. He said it was going to be Kwanzaa this year. Then he says, I'm not going to give a date. That's Umar, boy. He lies so much. Yeah. Y'all caught that. I caught it too. I just didn't mention it. Well, maybe I should go back and play it for people to see what I'm saying, but let's keep going. We need to close this out. I think I started too early. I should have waited a little bit longer. Here we go.
But I still plan to be the history teacher, even if I have to do so virtually.
How about psychology? Would you be involved in that as well? Because
he gonna do it virtual.
I know.
Well, I probably will be the school psychologist as well, although we will not have a bona fide special ed program. We will have programs for disabled children, but special ed is federal, which means that's public dollars. We don't take public dollars, so we will not have a public special ed program.
Got you. Thank you. Okay.
What's your views on religion in school?
We will have, one of our bona fide curriculums will be African spirituality. You don't have to...
You know, we're talking about successful people. We're talking about successful people.
Are they talking about building institutions and saving kids? No.
Yeah, he did.
If that's not what they're experiencing,
I don't care how old they are. Why aren't the OGs checking them then?
Because they want to be, and that's the problem. That is the problem.
They want a piece of the money.
Right there, we just found the problem.
What did I just say? We are idol worshipers.
But we can't hold the kids accountable if no one's guiding
the
them.
Entire culture accountable for letting it go on.
Yes, we would have to hold.
You see what I'm saying?
But that doesn't mean allowing the painting of the degeneracy to then say this represents hip hop. Because if that's
not hip hop primarily represented by gangster rap.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, I would disagree.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's actually not. We did a documentary on gangster rap. Okay, Umar, he's overstating it. The hip hop is not mainly gangster rap. That's really a subgenre of hip hop. Umar don't know what he's talking about. And I'm not a defender of hip hop. I think a lot of it is poison. I never allow my children to listen to it, even though they listen to it if they want to. That's bad. But in my house, I'm like, no. If you want to go to school, that's your business. But up over here, I don't want to hear it. Shit. Anyway,
it is.
I would disagree.
Your top 10 rappers of all time.
Mine,
Give me your top five.
My personal top 5. It goes Jay-Z. It goes Rakim. It goes Andre 3000. Big, Kendrick.
Okay. 2 of those gangster, 2 of them not, and then 1 is kind of in the middle. You're still at 50% gangsterism. Is that acceptable?
Is it acceptable? Who's the gangster?
Jay-Z was gangster shit.
But we've also seen him progress out of it. You don't get to progress. You don't get to progress.
Can I ask you a question? If I sold dope for 30 years,
yes, Umar want to change. We want to change the subject.
Is that acceptable?
That is the problem.
They want a piece of the money.
Right there, we just found the problem.
What did I just say? We are idol worshipers.
But we can't hold the kids accountable if no one's guiding them.
The entire culture accountable for letting it go on.
Yes, we would have to hold.
You see what I'm saying?
but that doesn't mean allowing the painting of the degeneracy to then say this represents hip hop. Because if that's
is not hip hop primarily represented by gangster rap.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, I would disagree.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
I would disagree.
This goofy right here, he don't know. I can tell he ain't even grown up, but I can tell this guy right here. And I've never been a proponent of hip hop. Never have. It's not my thing. I used to listen to it. I ain't gonna lie, but it's not mainly gangster. That's ridiculous.
Rappers of all time.
My
personal
top 5. It goes Jay-Z.
Okay, Jay-Z wasn't a gangster rapper.
It goes Rakim.
Rakim was not a gangster rapper.
It goes Andre 3000.
Andre 3000 was not a gangster rapper.
Big, Kendrick.
Big was not a gangster rapper, and Kendrick ain't a gangster rapper. What's he talking about?
Okay, 2 of those gangster, 2 of them not, and then 1 is kind of in the middle. You're still at 50% gangsterism. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, he did, but that's not the same as a gangster rap. Gangster rap is where you don the persona of a gangster out there, and you're basically out there murdering and killing people, like NWA. That wasn't the main focal point, in my opinion, of Jay-Z stuff. Not at all. Yeah, gangster. You really think that they were gangsters? No, Biggie Smalls. I'm from the West Coast. That's not gangster rap. No, that's not gangster rap. In my opinion, that ain't gangster rap at all. I did a documentary on gangster rap.
Is it acceptable? Who's the gangster?
Jay-Z was gangster shit.
But we've also seen him progress out of it. You don't get to progress. You don't get to progress.
Can I ask you a question? If I sold dope for 30 years,
yeah,
and I gave it up, and now I'm raising my kids,
yeah,
am I off the hook for creating a whole?
Yeah, but that's not gangster. That's not gangster rap either. Gangster rap is when you don the persona of a gangster, and you're out in the streets, as a gangster thug. That's not what Biggie was talking about. And there's plenty of rappers that were saying stuff like street stuff, but I look at gangster rap as a very specific. It's a subgenre within hip hop. Okay, and again, I guess it's debatable. People can debate it, but I never saw Biggie as a gangster rapper at all. See, the primitive group that I saw as gangster rap was NWA, and people like Biggie, they don't compare. There's no comparison to that. See, it's the glorification of gang culture. That's not what I saw that's not what I heard with Biggie or with Jay-Z. Anyway,
whole generation of drug addicts.
What have you done to amend for it?
What has he done to amend for it?
He's openly given money to underfunded communities.
Stop. How many schools has he built?
There you go.
None.
Stop. How many hospitals has he built?
None.
Stop. How many banks has he built?
None.
How many supermarkets has he built?
None.
I don't care about nothing else you got to say. Relevant institutions, bro. Don't give me no handouts. Don't give me no charity.
In that case, are you any less useful or
absolutely? Because I got 2 schools and one about
to
open you. Damn
but
right.
if no one can benefit from the school, what's the difference? As of right now, in this moment, if no one can benefit from said school,
it's a big difference,
then how is it
because
different
even though the children can't go to the school right now, you're talking to a man who saved more black children from the school to prison pipeline than any black man ever walk in this country. So I'm still relevant. How many he saved from the school to prison pipeline?
Everyone he's employed.
How many people he employed? I bet you I say
from Rock Nation to Rockefeller.
But my point is, to whom much is given, much is received. I'm not a billionaire. He's a billionaire. You understand? So, to your point, you can't compare him to me because I'm not a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
A billionaire gave out some charity. That's not enough.
Here you go.
Billionaires should be building institutions, not giving out charity. And I like Jay, so this is not about Jay. We could talk about Tyler Perry, we could talk about Puff, we could talk about Serena, we could talk about Rihanna, we could talk about Tiger Woods, Bob Johnson, we could talk about any billionaire. We're just using Jay as the example. My point is, if you're a billionaire and you ain't built no institutions for black people, what are you really doing?
That I'll give you. But I cannot.
And we can go bigger than that. We just sort of celebrated 50 years of hip-hop.
Now are respected, and no, that's never gonna happen.
What has it done for the people?
It gave you listen to hip hop music and you were inspired at some point, no?
Nigga, I'm leaving.
We're moving. We're literally.
bro.
We're moving goalposts.
It ain't done shit in 50 years for the community.
It
made individuals rich, and that's it.
It then gave jobs to.
They gave a couple jobs. The drug dealer giving out a couple jobs too.
But the drug dealer is. The drug dealer is essential to the black community in the ghetto. You can't tell me that. Somebody grew up in the hood.
Hip hop ain't done shit concretely beneficial to the black community.
That's
me
incorrect.
fashion. The first thing out of your mouth was fashion.
I gave you fashion and you started yelling over me.
What else?
But then also, then there's technological advancement. Podcasting, for example. Look at all the black people that now have access to jobs and ways to make money due to that. We're still talking about rap. We're still talking about cinema. Absolutely. But will I just won't accept them? I can't control what you accept.
Jobs are not institutions. Jobs are not institutions.
A job is within an
institution.
I give you Master P.
Hip-hop itself. Hip-hop itself is an institution.
That's run by white people. What the fuck you talking about? Jews own that shit. Fuck is you saying? That ain't no institution.
Jews can't own.
White people own that shit.
Jews can own the music business. They can't own hip-hop.
Look at this shit.
They can't own hip-hop.
Let's cut the blade a little thinner bullshit. They run it.
Listen.
They run it.
Listen. The Jews can sell the product. The Jews can own the money that goes out for advances. They can't own hip hop.
Go to law school. You would be a great attorney.
Who don't?
They tell you what to do and how to get there.
Who is telling you?
It wasn't gangbangers.
It wasn't.
It wasn't
lazy.
gangbangers and drug dealers.
It was lazy, opioid addicted, non-working image of the black man and black woman.
It wasn't positive at all.
So how can we do?
However, here you go scapegoating again. You're good at it.
Oh,
but listen, you're very good at it. But guess what?
I'm no better at scapegoating than you are moving the goalposts.
In the 70s, I ain't moved nothing. In the 70s, we just came out of Dr. King's assassination.
Yeah.
Integration was full swing. The colleges was opening up, right?
Yeah.
So at that time, the image of black men still negative because the white man never going to portray as great. But guess what?
But what was that image?
It wasn't gangbangers.
It wasn't.
It wasn't
lazy.
gangbangers and drug dealers.
It was lazy, opioid addicted, non-working men that leave the household.
I got you. And how did hip hop help it?
They said, "Well, I'll take control of my own image. I won't let you
protect
paint
myself as what?
Whatever I decide to. Whatever I decide to paint me. Whatever I decide to paint me.
And what was that?
What you're doing right now?
Finish.
I'm about to. What you're doing right now is a little bit of what white people do. And what that is saying that because a few people said, I'm a gangbanger.
A few people?
Well, yes.
A few rappers.
A few rappers. Because rappers.
Get the fuck out of here. Did he just say only a few?
How many rappers are there?
Culture,
how many rappers are there? How many rappers have there been? How many famous? How many famous?
He said a few.
Listen, Doc, you know we could do this all day. I'm not gonna yell. I'm gonna wait for you to finish. Then I'm gonna re-ask my same question.
Not being honest is insane. You said out of 40 years, a few rappers were gangster.
No. I'm saying you can say all rappers were gangsters. How many successful rappers were there? Were there more successful rappers than there are black men walking regular, everyday civilian life?
Now he went to how many were successful. I don't get successful according to who?
Are we not talking about the public?
Guess what?
Are we not talking about the public image?
Guess what?
Are we not talking about the public image?
Still ain't answer. You still ain't give them no institute.
Thank you.
I said hip hop is the institution.
Okay,
no, that's owned by white people.
No, the music business is owned by
all right. So to your institutions, big companies that are run by black men and women.
No, that hip hop. Let him answer.
What's different? All right, let's redefine institution. Let's do that right there.
Well, relevant.
Start to represent what you're seeing in there. That is all a part of hip hop. When you're looking when you're looking at that black explosion of movies that's happening in theaters in the 90s, that is all due in part to hip hop's explosion. So no, not just the rappers. Again, no, not just the rappers.
We are living in a world being dominated by mass incarceration, miseducation, gentrification, police extermination, and economic marginalization. And you ain't told me shit yet
That hip hop doing it because it
done
can't.
in 50
It can't.
Bullshit.
That's your job.
Bullshit.
That is your job.
No.
You can't
so
put that on hip hop.
Talking bullshit.
You can't put that on hip hop.
All this money.
No.
Nigga who want to defend that shit. Fuck out of here, man. Bullshit. Our kids out here dying. Fucking rappers don't do nothing for us. Where the fucking schools at, man? They ain't built one fucking school.
Name me one school that protected somebody from dying.
Well, Kanye
Name
did.
me a bulletproof school.
Where they schools
I just want to know where a bulletproof school is.
The black boys is dropping.
Name me one.
Umar, where's your school?
Where the schools at?
What? How many black schools? How many black schools in America?
Look at how he behaves.
That's fine. How many black schools in America? I'm asking you a question. How many black
Dr.
schools?
Umar is standing up.
Dr. Umar, how many black schools? Dr. Umar, how many black schools are in America?
How many schools have rappers built?
Zero.
No. Kanye built one.
Are you
Kanye
keep trying
built one.
to fuck it up? Where? How many? I'm just really asking.
Let me make some shit up.
How many black schools are in America today? I know you know. I know you
Umar's
because
like
it's a
a
direct
wild
answer to your
animal.
question. How many black? Okay.
He's like a wild boar.
Okay, I will take it. All right, I don't need it. Let's take it out the way. Let's take it out the way. Let's take it out the way.
Listen,
you
don't plan on holding hip hop accountable for none of the problems it has introduced in the black community.
You keep saying that, and that's a lie.
Bells in front of bells, coming for the dreaming. And we are stepping in there, that nigga who's screaming. Get it from money and alcohol, the fiend of the best five balls. The body, the rhythm died. The college, the champion. That's right. Like a slow jam. It's West Side, so you know that I'm bad down to no man. Put them there, put it up, bomb beat from Dre. To the roof of the leg. From Oakland to West Side. The back down. Show me love. Inside about it. West Side, where y'all at?
Yeah, Umar he'll say some stuff that makes sense, about hip hop. Yeah, but the truth of the matter is that he was a hip hop head. He was a hip hop fan. And no, Tupac was not gangster rap. Here we go.
That's a lie.
The role gangster rap has played.
We can talk about the role. We can talk about the role, but let's not make the role bigger than what it is.
It is big.
It is big. I said let's not make it bigger than what it is.
Fatherless black boys.
That ain't hip hop. Fatherless black boys ain't hip hop. Stop doing that.
Black people.
Fatherless boys. There wasn't no hip hop in the 70s. That wasn't hip hop. So when niggas started walking out.
There was hip hop in the 70s. What is this guy talking about? Where is he from? Must be from Toronto. What are you talking about?
On their families, when men started walking out on their families, it wasn't because of no, that ain't it. So stop doing that.
Thank you.
There was no one promoting. There's no one promoting.
Hip hop glamorized that shit.
Walking out on your kids.
Sexual exploitation.
Walking out on your kids.
Ain't that the
Okay, no, it's not the same thing. And Umar, see, here's the thing. You sexually exploit black women and you an absentee father. So what are you done walked off your kids too? What are you talking about? And it's not the same thing too, by the way. Okay. But Umar, he all over the place. I mean, really, it's fascinating because Umar does make some good points about hip hop, some of which I agree. I think he overstates, but he does that for dramatic effect. And then some of the stuff is simply not factual things that he says. Okay, listen, people, Jay-Z was not a gangster rapper. Biggie Smalls was not a gangster rapper. It's mind-boggling that people that anyone would even think that. Gangster rap is a very specific subgenre. Biggie's, and again, people may bring up gunplay and all that stuff, but that doesn't make it gangster rap. Gangster rap is about gang culture and the glorification of gang and the promotion of gang culture, which is a very specific thing. There's other elements too that can be in there. There could be misogyny in there. There could be the disrespect of women. I've talked about all this stuff. I've got a documentary here on YouTube. You got to go check it out. It's a very specific subgenre. Okay. Back then, any of these rappers that he's mentioned, they were not, and they are not gangster rappers. See, so Umar will state things and he'll overstate things, but it's more like rhetoric more than anything else because he wants to create a false narrative. But he does make some points, and I get it. But the truth of the matter is that whatever he expects hip hop to do for black people, he's not doing any of that for black people. And all the ills that he's quoting dealing with hip hop, he actually lives out those ills in his own life. He's a deadbeat. He sexually exploits black women. He degrades black women. We were watching a video earlier where Umar he's referring to the black women's cooch. He's calling it peach cobbler. Is that what he said? Peach cobbler? Yeah, cobbler gobbler. Anyway, let me stop. The point is, all these talking points that Umar has against hip hop and gangster rap can actually be applied to him. Most of them can be applied directly to him. That's the point that I want to make. Okay, I think Umar, he'll tell some truth here and there, but he be lying most of the time. KK, how's it going? Says this is the same guy who thought Kendrick was talking about Canadians and not like us. Yeah, Umar is out of tune with the hip hop conversation. The truth is that Umar he's not only out of tune with the hip hop conversation, but he's also out of tune with the younger generation. See, people don't hear this music the same way. That's why I can put on some Marvin Gaye, and then one of my sons will hear it, and they'll hear it doesn't resonate with them like it resonates with me. It's the same music. I didn't grow up around it. There's very few people that it'll resonate across the board, like Stevie Wonder. Young people can listen to Stevie Wonder, and if they listen long enough, it'll click. See, but they got to listen long enough, and then it'll click in their mind. You see, but there's very few generational hip hop artists where 2-3 generations can listen to it, because it should be about 3 generations now, right? To where it resonates with everyone, because people hear music different. That's the one thing about music. Each generation, they hear music differently. That's why it's never the same. Okay, you can represent musical styles and genres, but it's never gonna captivate this society like it did when it initially came out. See, even the greats, you can put on some Miles Davis and a young person to listen to it, and they're like, okay. But then I'll listen to it, but I have to listen to it enough to really gain appreciation. But when Miles, let's just use the time period when he was doing the experimental stuff. Okay. There's people listening to that these days like, this is crazy. I can't listen to this. And when I first heard it, I was like, but then I listened to it enough, I developed appreciation. Now, people during that time period, they was like, this is it. See, so each generation, they hear music differently. They hear sounds different. There's different instrumentation, etc. Beats are different, what people call beats. Well, the same thing applies with hip hop. See? But Umar, he'll have just enough to kind of make it make sense. But a lot of what he says, it shows that he's not in tune. He's not in tune with the young generation either. And for him to even make this idea, this assertion that Kendrick Lamar is somehow disrespecting Canadians and not like us, it just goes to show you. Umar just wants to continue to perpetuate this idea that we're all African. And so we shouldn't be saying things like this about our Canadian Africans. And even though he spends most of his time disrespecting black people. See? That Dream of a Lifetime album is still crazy to do. Which album are you talking about? I don't remember that album. Hold on, let me see. Who are you talking about? You talking about Marvin Gaye? Oh, yeah. My favorite album by Marvin Gaye is Hear My Dear. A lot of people didn't like that, but it's a masterpiece. It's a total masterpiece. One of my favorite albums of all time. Yeah, there's a ribbon in the sky for all. Do 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 do. If I hear I just love that song, boy. Yeah, that's some Stevie. People are asking, what about the poll? Let me get to the poll and let me finish up with this, then we'll be done. Here we go.
Same thing.
In the 70s,
when we went back to the 70s. Listen.
Yo,
yes and no.
I love you, Doc.
I love you,
Doc.
too,
I love you.
I love you.
Like I need you to know. I need you to know. I love you.
Hip hop glamorized sexual exploitation of black women.
Yeah, some of it did. I would propose that a lot of it did. It comes out of the blaxploitation film. But guess what, Umar? You sexually exploit black women. See what I'm saying? Even when you get on there talking these cookie rants, that ain't no different. It ain't no different. It's the same shizzle. That's a classic. A lot of people don't. There's a lot of people didn't like that album because they were used to the more conscious and social commentary. But that was an absolute masterpiece.
Glamorized, popularized. I'll say it popularized it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yes. The answer is yes.
So, no, it's not. Don't answer for me. My answer was it popularized.
But that's your answer.
Glamorized is different.
You better go to law school. Your answer is yes.
Great.
What they call it, ethos, pathos, and
Listen, the more.
I mean, it's really just a stage show. Umar, all this, but it also he allows his emotions to get out of hand, and he's up and down with his emotions. But a lot of it is just him acting a role, and it's silly. It's quite silly to me. Real quick, before we close out, we got 791 votes. Can we get 9 more votes so that we can get to 800? And then I'll close out this poll, and then we'll close out the show. Will you be voting for Kamala Harris? 60% say no, 40% say yes. Okay, all right. So that's where we're at. Next time we'll probably do a poll. I'll ask, will you be voting for Donald Trump? And then we'll probably do a poll where we'll, at a certain point down the line, we'll say, who will you be voting for? Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, or another party, or you're going to abstain. Okay. All right. Someone said Umar Shakur. Yeah, he does. Sometimes he makes some good points, but he's a nutcase. Okay. He is a nutcase, that's for sure. Okay. Thank you all so much for tuning on in. We're at 793 votes. Okay, go ahead and let's get 7 more, then I'll end that poll, and then we'll be done for the day. I'll probably be back tomorrow during the day. I think I started a little bit too early today, but it is what it is. Let me just get into this chat room real quick. Gangster lifestyle on the East Coast is different from California. Yeah, I'm sure that it is. Maybe that's the disconnect. But there were people who from the East Coast, Schoolie D, and even Ice-T. There's a couple of tracks of Ice-T, but he was faking the funk though. Because if you guys go in and you go watch him, and there was one movie that he was rapping in, Electric Boogaloo, or one of them movies. I can't remember which one it is, and you can tell that he was goofy. I don't mean to be disrespectful because I'm not, but he was goofy. I think gang culture is different in different places, but West Coast gang culture is a very specific thing, and what has been attributed to gangster rap in terms of it's what people perceived it to be at that time came out of the West Coast. And in particular out of rappers from Compton. There was other people too, but even more specifically NWA. Ice Cube was part of that. Dr. Dre was part of that. Eazy-E. What was that other guy's name? I can't remember his MC Ren. And there was another guy too, but he wasn't around for that long. DJ Yella, I think, if memory serves me right. It's been a long time. Okay, we still didn't get to 800. That's okay. I'll end the poll right here. Again, would you be voting for Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris, 40% say yes and 60% say no. All right, thank you all so much for voting. Also, thanks everyone for being here. And if you haven't hit the like button, if you can hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. Also want to thank the moms for handling business. Also, thanks everyone in the Cook chat for tuning on in. Thanks everyone who sent in super chats. If you sent in, DLC, he was a part of it. A lot of people don't know he actually did a lot of ghostwriting. The other thing is that Eazy-E didn't know how to rap. He couldn't rap because he didn't have rhythm. So they had to actually go in and edit a lot of his stuff, and so that it sounded. Anyway, that's on the top one at a time. It was a breaking movie. Okay, yeah, I think he raps in, and you can tell he had no flow whatsoever. Or was it Colors? Yeah, but the DLC he was part of NWA to start. Ice-T wrote for Mr. Ice-T's entire background is fabricated. He spent this time reciting pimp lines from books and grew up middle class. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. I hope no voters are prepared for Project 2025. Yeah, it's something I looked into a little bit, but I really need to read the whole document. But the question really becomes whether or not Donald Trump is going to be part of his agenda. I'm not quite sure if it is, but if the vice president, his running partner, is one of the people, from my understanding, he helped to pen Project 2025. Chicago gangster lifestyle was more structured. Okay. Yeah, 6 a.m. Yeah, I remember that one too. Yeah, you're right. But he did try to be gangster, at least inside some of the rap lyrics. Cool G Rap was an East Coast gangster storyteller for sure. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Marvin Gaye, he didn't make any money off of that album. That was all to pay his wife for the divorce. Yeah, but it's a masterpiece. Okay, thank y'all so much for tuning on in. I will be back. I should be back. Don't hold me to it, but I should be back live streaming tomorrow at some point. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and please enjoy the rest of your evening. Love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all very, very soon. Okay, take care. Peace.